truth. Everything you know is falling apart. You're coming unglued. No, it won't stop. Only thing left to do is ride that wave from your meltdown. Bitter taste on the break. All the salt that you threw, setting full return. As it washes over you, as you go down, we can show you how we ride that wave from your meltdown. Here comes a wave from your meltdown while we backdoor the cage. You're caught inside. No escape for you. Enjoy the ride on that wave from your meltdown. We're hanging 10 for heaven's sake. While you tumble in the point break. Join the Diggs division now as we ride that wave from the meltdown. Watching you scramble to reach higher ground. Don't seem to me that matters now. Deafened by the sound of the crowds as we ride that wave from your meltdown. Fast as flash, you begin to sink. Never thought we'd live to see such a thing. Join the Diggs division now as we ride that wave from the meltdown. Comics division. Nick Weiser. Culture Casino. Ride that wave from the meltdown. Drama Bull. Tom Connors. Talks a lot. Ride that wave from the meltdown.
Excuse me, would you like to have this flower?
Excuse me, sir, would you...
Donation to the Reverend Moon?
Juice for Jesus?
My dog keeps trying to hump my cat. It's really annoying.
How about Buddhism?
You're on stage now.
I know.
Oh, Jerry's kids? Oh, yeah.
That's why I decided to share it.
It's just not, no more boogers. Disgusting. None of that. So, one of the headlines tonight is from my real life. And it's funny as hell. To me.
Okay.
Oh, wings.
We did. Well,
You say Culture Casino sleep aids since 1994, putting you to sleep. Video, been pretty good.
yes, started.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I've got to do a new open for this one.
Yeah, I was gonna say we need to do new open for this.
My creative juices kind of end like Thursday halfway through the show. So.
I get that. I get that.
You noticed, huh? That's good.
No, I feel the same way, man. It's like
Penis. Gagging
towards the
you
end of
with
the week, and you're just like,
entertainment.
I'm tired.
Yeah,
They
I
don't-
get that way Sunday morning, and then I've got a full week of shows every night to do still.
You are what we call in the business an idiot.
Yes.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Monday.
Monday.
Getting off to a super start so far.
Boy, I tell you, we're gonna make as much money as Snow White.
No, we'll probably make more money than Snow White.
true.
That's not
Oh,
saying a
God.
lot, to be honest with you.
Not at all.
Holy shit. So I'll pull this up so you guys can see it, but we were
Thank
having
God
a meeting.
He's pulling up his pants.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm sorry.
We were meeting beforehand, and I was showing them like by theater. There's like 2 seats sold. One of them's mine. And then I pulled up another theater, and literally, I mean, nobody's seeing this movie. I think the most we saw was like maybe 17 people in like one of the showings. The majority of them, it's like 2 to 5. It's kind of ridiculous.
Wow.
Yeah. Ubisoft decided to release their Samurai Assassin's Creed game on the anniversary of the sarin gas attack in Japan. Wow, that's some fucking spectacular
awesome.
timing.
Mhm.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's great.
Poor Culture Casino, who I'm gonna
Oh.
bring on stage because he's gonna have to play this video game. I was checking out the prices today. I was like, holy fucking shit! They are actually charging $70 for this
Yeah.
game.
Yep. And it comes out on the 20th, which is the same day fucking Snow White shows up, which is this coming Thursday. I'm in hell. I'm going to
Yes.
have Hell Day. Hell Day is Thursday for me because I have to download the piece of garbage. It's called whatever. And I still have to, this is the weird thing. I still have to record all the videos I got to do. Plus I still have to do live streams. So
Are you
Thursday,
gonna go watch Challengers and argue with Paulie about it on Thursday too?
Paulie, I love Paulie.
I love Paulie too. Paulie could also kick my ass, so he's just fine.
Is one small problem. He's so wrong. Challengers is complete crap. I just feel like he's like just trying to get in with some of these actresses. I'm just saying, no, he would never. He's got Romy. Don't get me wrong. He's just trying to get a job. That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh yeah, and it's St. Patrick's Day today. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
That's right.
I
Yeah, it
wonder
is.
what kind of
That's the green
headlines
shirt.
I will have done today for St. Patrick's
God.
Day.
Oh dear God, get it over with. Just fucking tear the Band-Aid off.
Tear the Band-Aid off. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm writing 32 flavors of Nick. Because we've got to get our predictions for Snow White.
We will.
Because I was so close with my prediction for Captain America Brave New Toilet Wand. I just right there.
Oh, really? How close were you? How off were you, Tox?
Only about
$1.1 billion.
Wait a minute. I was trying to take you seriously there. So you shot your wad on that movie?
You know that he was joking when he said 1.5 billion.
Yeah, he said 1.5 billion is what he was going to bring in. He was close for
Was
talks.
close.
Yeah.
For me? Yeah. I don't know anything about this stuff.
Hey, was Hakeem Jeffries in the movie? Is that what it was for you?
Yes.
Hakeem Jeffries.
He was Captain
Pronounce
America.
it correctly.
It kind of looked like him.
He was the Brave New Toilet Wand part. That was him.
Oh.
Yeah. I am going to say that they are coming out with a Sergeant Rock movie, which is one of the few comic books I actually read when I was younger. Oh, look, my
Yeah,
cat's
I
puking.
saw that. And Colin Farrell's going to be in it.
Mhm. He's a little old, but I do have headlines. So yeah, let me get those out of the way. You can get to your super chats. How about that?
Super
Or you
chats
wanna
then.
Super chats then. Nick?
No. We could do headlines in the super chats.
That's all right. Why don't you do super chats since my cat is puking on my desk?
Okay, fair enough. That's oddly specific, but okay.
Well,
go
it
with
just
that.
shows that my new mic placement is great because she wasn't anywhere near the pickup pattern for it, and you couldn't tell.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
It's okay. Kate.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, we'll start off with TVG Monster for $2. Hi, comics and everyone. Happy Monday. Happy Monday to you, sir. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a fantastic week. Also, Sabretooth Raptor for $5. I was trying to see about doing an AI culture Alf Casino running away from Mexican Iron Man, trying to swat at him with a broom. I thought you were trying to swat him with police. But have not got it. Okay. Well, AI is kind of tricky like that. It sometimes does what it wants to do, not necessarily what you want it to do. So, also sent 2 emails of AI stuff. Tox might run for the hills on this one. Next one, I was thinking about Tox is a sheriff, Dennis the Menace, in the 1800s jail. That could be interesting. We'll check that out. Also, Sabretooth Raptor for $2. The suggestions I stated are upcoming tries. Okay. Or tires, because I'm tired. Roland the Wretched for the big 5-0. How you doing, Roland? Hope you had a great weekend. So UB Flaccid, shareholders have finally realized the barn door was open. Horses have bolted. There we go. And the barn has collapsed. Yeah, pretty much, which is basically their stock price. Now they want answers. The time for answers was last year when Skull and Bones and Outlaws shit the bed. No shit. You deserve this. Well, apparently the same company, AJ Investments, they've been raising a stink for a bit, and we'll get into that. But yeah, I'm kind of curious to see what their Steam numbers look like on Thursday and over the weekend too. That will be an interesting topic for Monday. Let's see. Also, TVG Monster for $5. My comic series hit 500 views. Oh, that's awesome, dude. Congrats.
Nice.
Thank you, everyone, for giving it a look and taking time to see it. 8 issues should be out before the end of March. Oh, that's awesome. But putting a lot of time and effort into that. That's fantastic, man. The Canadian Roland, also known as Randall Orser, for $6.99. Fail Guard Friday was a success. Yes, it was for you guys. I'm only saying that because it cost me $70. Now let's do it again. Yeah. I was getting really fucking pissed off at that game on Friday. Because it was getting really fucking annoying. There was like this boss fight I was having to do. And it's not, I was making comparisons to, something like Elden Ring and Black Myth Wukong, how it's challenging. And it's a different kind of challenging because, there's a pattern to, the boss fights and stuff like that. Once you figure out the pattern, you can pretty much beat the boss. With this game, it was just absolute fucking chaos. And because and I'm playing at like the normal difficulty level, and these things are just fucking damage sponges. Like, and it's the gameplay in that kind of combat is just a pain in the ass, a massive pain in the ass. And it was frustrating the shit out of me. I actually, because I got so fucking annoyed, lowered it down to the easiest difficulty, just fucking wiped the floor at the boss fight, and then moved on with the game. It was so irritating.
On a game like that, you might as well put it on the easy mode and let it go through, because it's not like you're playing it because you enjoy it.
Yeah, I'm actually thinking.
I mean, keep it on normal for the rest, and then if you hit something that is going to be a pain in the butt, then pop it back down to easy.
Yeah, because there's times where it's like you're just like not damaging it. It's like they move out of the way, and the targeting is really fucking irritating sometimes. Because it's like I want to hit somebody, and then my target will switch to another character, and it fucks up my attack. And oh man, that game is just, I fucking hate it. I fucking hate it. I really do. Nick the Greek for $4.99. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Now let's hurry and catch comics so we can make the little leprechaun reveal the location of the pot of gold. Yeah, I should have seen that one coming. Thanks, Nick.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks. Still taller than Garrett. Nick the Greek for $4.99. Yes. Of course. We already know that was a bottom of the rainbow. This is St. Patrick's Day. Super Gay Culture Casino.
Oh,
yeah, he got some splash
super
damage
gay
there.
Now,
yeah. Also, Depot 101 over on the Green Machine side. Hey, look, it actually worked this time because it was set up correctly. For $1, says, well, yesterday was a day that I orbited the great big fireball. Oh, happy birthday. In the sky yet again. Had brunch with friends. Now I get to look forward to Ask Crud. Yes. Mud Brown and this basketball thing.
Basketball.
March Madness?
I guess. Is it March Madness?
Yeah, brackets got solidified last night.
Yeah, but they're done. We're good.
They started paying the players in college.
Mm-hmm.
And Grand Canyon University, which is a for-profit university, has made the tournament. So it's like, it's all commercialized now. There's nothing about...
it's a Christian university.
It's also for-profit. It's not a
non-profit
university.
Hey, you know what? The
no
Catholic Church,
funds.
the Catholic Church is for profit. Have you seen their coffers?
Yeah.
You know who the largest landholder on Manhattan is? The Catholic Church.
I was going to say the Catholic Church.
The folks in Scientology own a shitload of buildings too. Just
Oh
so
yeah,
you know.
they own a lot of fucking property all over the world.
Mhm.
It's kind of nuts. Yeah. Yeah.
They both like to
Yeah.
save children.
Yeah, indeed. Razorbird for $2. Comics and Culture got Headhunter rocking. Front 4242. I actually really like the Icon of Coil cover of that song. That's good too. Yeah, it's some really good covers. Also, Deeple for $1. How large of a super chat does Roland need to make for comics to play Ass Crud, Sharts, AC Shadows this Friday for Big Friday Night? Fuck this game. I forgot to hit the $sign button. You two people come over here.
Just
I
put
was
it on your wish list and let somebody get it for you.
Unfortunately, that wish list is under my real name, so I
Oh.
can't do that. Yeah, I was actually thinking about getting it, and I wasn't sure if people would want me to continue playing Failguard or Ass Crud. So
People don't know your real name is Randy Cockgobbler.
God damn it, Tox. We talked about this. We were
Oh,
never
sorry. Did
supposed to talk about that on
Sorry.
stream.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so okay.
I like how his first name is
Ian.
an adjective.
What
Go
was
ahead,
that,
Gulch.
Culture?
First name is Ian.
Yes.
Last name Gay? K.
K.
K. K. Got a K.
Well, it begins with a K.
It does.
Indeed.
K.
I mean, Ian Kersner just doesn't sound as cool. But anyway.
No, it doesn't.
All right. WG for $20. Thulsa Doom, complete the super chat on the tree of Sorry, contemplate the super chat. God damn it.
That's
Complete.
why I'm dying.
Yeah.
Thank you for the $20.
Thank you, sir. That was fucking hilarious, though.
Joke's on you. It's K.
Indeed. Anyway, so Tox, I heard you had headlines tonight, and
Yeah,
they're all
I
going to
do.
be leprechaun jokes,
Every
aren't they?
every
Yes.
gift begins
No,
with
the one
gay.
about the one about
yes.
me will be about being a drunk.
Yes.
St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
Let me guess. The one about me will be about being a midget. Culture will be about farting and Yingling because it's St. Patrick's Day. And yes, yours is going to be a drunk.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Let's get it out of the way. Just tear that bandit off.
Let's get it
Guys,
on.
I'll show you some Herculean meat.
Ow! Ow! Ow!
I should redo this one too.
Tennis. Entertainment that always
Though I like
rises
the
to the
you
occasion.
getting hit with me thing.
It's pretty funny.
It happens a lot.
You like any time you get your meat
between the
beat.
cracks, whether it's
Yes.
a cushion or an ass. It's Pixel News headlines with Toxic Man Flu.
All right. Well, here we go. We're gonna go there. Ian K to fart rainbows on live stream on St. Patrick's Day. There you go. All of them you just said, all in one headline. That's right, folks. It's St. Patrick's Day, and it's the one day a year Ian K can't get mad at us for putting his face on a leprechaun. So do your worst. Ian was reached for comment at the Desert Diamond Inn in Y, Arizona. Real place. Toxic Man Flu is a little bitch.
Can you eat at the wine?
Yeah, you can. He knows I can't stand the leprechaun stuff. I'm 5'9", which is 2 inches taller than Culture and 2 inches shorter than my manhood. Guy's very confident in himself. When asked about his promise to fart rainbows on Monday Night Meltdown, Kay replied, "That's the walking Wookiee. He farts, I'm the midget. I mean, Jesus, Man Flu, now you've got me confused, you ass spelunker." There you go.
So we hit 2 of them in that one.
Yeah, we did.
There's 2.
Yep.
Toxic Man Flu only has time to reface Culture Casino this week. Last week it was just, now it's Culture Casino, and they might all be on Snow White. So here's the real life part. Where are my damn cookies? An angry Toxic Man Flu yelled at reporters outside Taylor Chip Cookies in Intercourse, Pennsylvania.
Real place.
real place I ordered cookies from. I ordered these Andes Mint chocolate chip cookies a week ago, and they still aren't here. I was walking around all day wondering when my cookies were going to show up. You can ask Mrs. Fluke. When asked why he ordered cookies from Pennsylvania, Manflu stated, I searched on Public Square, real site. Okay, you go there. It's like Amazon only for people that can't get canceled.
Yes.
And
Highly
so I
suggest
was-
you sign up for the app. It's a great app.
Yes, it's a great app. There's good stuff there. So I searched Public Square for an American business and found this place in Intercourse, Pennsylvania. I want my fucking cookies. Okay. So these cookies are actually in Intercourse, so they are really fucking, it's a joke. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Everybody got it? Good.
Yep.
Word on the street is the U.S. Postal Service has them, the cookies, and might have eaten them. They have been at the distribution center 10 miles from my house for 2 days. I want my damn cookies.
You sound like
Anyway.
the kid from Say Anything.
So that
now.
was just a
I
rant
want my
about
$2.
About
Yeah, I
that's
want my
just a
$2.
rant
Where are my
about you
cookies?
wanting cookies. I see.
There they are, right there. Taylor chip cookies, Intercourse, Pennsylvania. If you're in Pennsylvania, go buy some of these cookies that are really good. Expensive as fuck. Should have been here last week. Because I can, and I lied about the time thing. That's right. I refaced you on that, Leopard, because I'm going to be putting that on some things that's going to be headed to you. All right. Culture Casino caught in crosshairs of TMF. That's right. While mega studio Disney runs away from their live-action Snow White, one YouTube megastar is running towards the film with arms wide open. While doing a presser at the Hump Tulips Valley Church in Hump Tulips, Washington, Casino was seen wearing the now infamous hairstyle of the
Nice.
lead actress in the film. Real place, Hump Tulips. There are 2 things I love, said Casino to a crowd consisting of 2 homeless migrant workers, a drunk chipmunk named Alvin, and a door-to-door used condom salesman. Hump Tulips and a Rachel Zegler film. It was later learned by this reporter that the dress was Casino's and something he has to be bribed to change out of.
Okay.
Sorry. Don't get too excited. All right. Yeah, we're full of energy tonight. Brahma Bull to star
Sorry.
in new musical, premiere forehead mark. Yes. I thought that was fun.
Gorbachev.
Gorbachev,
Gorbachev.
with the forehead mark. That's right. It's an 80s joke. Fuck off.
It is.
Come back
I
to a
knew it.
time. Yeah, God damn it. Come back to a time when the wars were cold. James Bond was king at the box office. David Hasselhoff had multiple #1 hit songs in West Germany, and Russian women were either drop dead gorgeous or looked like Chuck Schumer. That's right, folks. The off Broadway production of Premiere Forehead Mark the Musical will start its 88-day run at the Shittyville School Auditorium and Haunted House in scenic Shittyville, Illinois. Join the cast at the
Real
Taco
place.
Trim Shop, real place, in beautiful downtown Shittyville to have a bit to eat, get the runs, and remember the good old days of starvation in the USSR.
Those were the good days
They were.
when we got to hide under our desks and whatnot at school because
Duck-
that was going to stop.
Duck
and
and cover.
Yeah.
Duck and cover.
And it's in. And
Don't worry, it'll stop a nuke.
It will. It will.
Totally.
I refaced you on Dopey.
Thanks.
The dwarf. There you
that
go.
just looks
And
worse.
Toxic Man Flu is still a dick. There you go.
Yeah.
I did say Irish news.
Actually, you look pretty good as Dopey. You look happy.
I can't be that happy. I'm dead on the inside.
That's what that look says. I'm totally dead on the inside.
Little
That's the look I'm
glossy-eyed.
going to have when I murder Toxic Man Flu in his sleep.
Dead eyes, like a doll's eyes.
That's right. Well, not finally. This week in entertainment news, a clone of Rachel Zegler and Culture Casino in Ballwaxer 3. So, I tried to reface Culture onto Rachel Zegler, and I got the images messed up, and so it refaced her onto him. So that's what happened.
Wow.
Following the Trump. It looks good, doesn't it? Looks fine.
What?
I don't know. Is she
I'm-
like growing sideburns? Like
That's
really
what it
long
looks like.
sideburns?
Yeah, it's got his beard.
Yeah,
I'm just looking at the boobs.
Yeah, that's right.
That's where you should be looking.
She looks
honestly.
like a president from the 1800s. She does.
Yes, she does.
Or
yeah.
a president's wife.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah.
Or maybe she's a dwarf. Yeah, could be.
Could be.
Chester A. Arthur?
There you go. That's what it looks like. Wasn't he assassinated?
Probably.
Yeah, I think he was. Following the tragic events on set of Ball Waxer 2, The Second Nutting, the producers of the film, Randall the Wretched Wax Products, have decided to take the franchise in a different direction. Standing next to the Topecock Bay in Catfish Paradise, Arizona, film director Ian Kay spoke to a rotted tree stump named Carl. You see, Carl, after the tragic straight razor denutting in Ball Waxer 2, we decided to eliminate balls from the next film. One moment we were making Ball Waxer 2, the next it's back to Ball Waxer 1. I still cringe just thinking of what happened to Roland T. Wretched. So this time, wall-to-wall lesbians.
I mean, he wasn't the one that took a razor to his dick.
Yeah. No, it was you. But that really
No,
happened.
actually,
and it
Chester A.
makes me
Arthur
hurt.
died of an illness.
Who was it that
In
Garfield?
Office?
Garfield.
Yeah, Garfield.
Garfield. So this lime, wall-to-wall, lesbian boy, it's been a bad day. And finally tonight, this was done by one of the memers. That's Nick Weiser in a colonial suit, drinking a green beer on St. Patrick's Day. All of that makes sense. Every single bit of it. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for the headlines. I couldn't hear anybody laugh, especially on the panel, because they're all dead inside. So, yeah, it is what it is.
I chortled.
I heard you chortle. And
He digs deep between the cracks.
oh, I should probably
Cushion her
remove
an
that from the
ass.
scene. Do this.
Pixel News headlines with toxic man flu.
Yeah, there we go. Hey, look at that.
Yep. And we're back. Hi, everyone.
That wasn't
Anyway.
too bad.
I know. I'm just teasing you. Just teasing
That was one of the better sets of headlines.
you. No, they were good. They were good.
Premier
Um,
Forehead Mark the Musical. That was pretty good. I liked that.
Yeah.
Because I found Shittyville School Auditorium in a haunted house.
Well, a lot of those city names fucking kill me, man, because they're fucking
When I
hilarious.
found Hump Tulips, Washington, and there's a
Mhm.
Hump Tulips Valley Church. Where do you go to church, Brahma? Hump
Hump
Tulips.
Tulips. Yeah. So Captain America Brave New World. I know I keep bringing this up, but it's always important to review box office numbers. I feel like this hasn't budged much since we
That's
last took
because
a look
no
at it.
one's going to see that shit.
Yeah. Nobody is. Worldwide, wow, 389 million. I honestly thought that this was going to at least get close to it, if not cross 400 million, because sometimes when you get the UK numbers, that it pushes it up a bit.
Yeah, and I felt the same way. I'm like, well,
Sorry,
this thing
not
is
UK, Europe.
no. I
overseas.
felt like, well, yeah, I felt like they were definitely going to cross 400 million this weekend. Boy, was I wrong.
I mean, I'm not disappointed. That's for sure. I mean, I'm totally fine with this thing, just like eating a giant dick. So, fuck Marvel at this point.
Well,
Let's
based
see how
on
many.
our estimates, they haven't even made back their likely actual budget.
Yes. Let's see. What does their price? Wow. Average price per theater on Sunday. Is that yeah. Is that actually $500? No, 5,000? 500?
500.
Yeah,
And
500.
Friday it was 462.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really not doing well.
No.
And you know what? Some of us are not surprised on the panel. I said it was going to have a hard time crawling over 400 million.
No,
kind of
you're
feel
not
like
wrong.
that's true.
Yeah. Wow.
It'll get
What?
there if they keep it in the theaters long enough. I mean,
No,
it's
it's just
it's
going to
only
take
like
up
11
space.
million more I mean, all they have to do is keep it there another 2 or 3 weeks, and they can get there.
Maybe. I mean, if they're able to pull in more money than that, but I mean, just take a look at this weekend. Roughly almost 6 million just for the weekend.
Yep.
Yeah. And I don't, as we all know, these numbers just continue to go down, right? I mean, that's just how it is with movies. It's doomed. It is massively fucked.
So what is it at now? 389?
389.
389. And again, if
so it's gone past Roland, so we don't have to worry about that. So he had 350 million. 70 said 380. So the next person to that is Nick at 400 million.
What did I say? 350?
You said 460 to 500. Culture had 465.
I was being really fucking generous, by the way.
Yeah, Brahma had 515. Jason said 410 to 420, which is probably where it's going to end up. And Nick had 400 million. And then I said 1.5 billion. So I'm just a little off.
Just a little. I mean, it's fine. It happens, Tonks. We understand.
Tad.
Yeah.
Yes, Plutarch. We do play by Price is Right rules. You can't go. It's closest without going over.
Yeah.
And Brahma will sing the Yoda lady song while the guy goes up.
Goes up to the top of the Plinko board.
And then off he goes.
Oh man. So Snow White's coming out and yeah, okay. So we talked about how they've been scaling things back with the premiere in Hollywood. They canceled the event in the UK and
went to a tiny town in Spain instead.
Yeah. They ship Rachel Zegler overseas to make sure she stays out of the media.
And away from Gal Gadot.
She was hanging out at Segovia. Come on now. You know Segovia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And on top of that, they are basically lifting the review embargoes like literally right before the film comes out. Which means that they have no confidence in this movie whatsoever. But Variety can't stop sucking Disney's dick, by the way. They did the exact same thing for Daredevil. They've been doing it for, Captain America. They've been doing it for Snow White. I don't know. I guess they must have wrote Variety a big fat fucking check. So
that's probably the only money going into Variety at this point since USAID's done. So
yeah,
that's right. Segovia is a very nice place, beautiful place.
They've even
nice
lost
to get a free trip.
Oh, to Segovia? Yeah, that'd be great.
It'd be lovely to get a free trip to Segovia. Yeah.
I can't wait to not go see the snow. Yeah.
You better get a ticket soon. They're selling out fast.
Oh yeah, they are super selling out fast,
spreading faster than the wildfires in Oklahoma and Missouri.
The thing that surprises me most about this is that Daily Wire, if they do have Snow White in the can, this might be their actual chance to beat Disney.
This is a chance.
I mean,
oh god,
you should have released it if you actually have it in the can. Regardless of the Brett Cooper situation, you should have gone head to head like you originally said you would.
Oh damn! I screwed that up.
Snow White in the can would be a different movie entirely.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah, I want to show you guys.
Orange is the new black, lesbian. Whites are the new lesbian. Is that how that would go?
So this is a theater I occasionally go to. This is the 215 screening.
Is that the Blue Oyster Theater?
No.
Is this where Gary Bobert's you?
No.
See Burt Reynolds Theater.
That's the other theater.
Oh, that was so good.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13,
That's okay,
14,
Gary.
15,
you don't
16,
have to buy
17,
me popcorn
18.
again.
Yeah.
So can we not do the popcorn? The butter chafes my balls.
Okay, so 18 seats sold out of this giant fucking theater. Granted, it's a 2 p.m. showing, but it just gets worse.
Well, I mean, if you're doing something for kids, you expect it when they go. Here's the comparison. Compare these images to Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah,
that's what you compare.
That's going to be fucking huge. Okay. Hands down, that is going to be the biggest Disney movie this year by fucking far, I think. Okay. So yeah, this one is the 245, 2 seats, smaller theater.
So a bunch of disabled people are going.
No.
So
Do they have to say that when they're going, that's their seat?
you probably wouldn't know the answer to this, comics, but is this spring break for you guys? Because it's spring break for my daughter right now.
Spring break is last week.
Okay.
For here.
So like here at in Colorado Springs, it'll be spring break this week. So I'm wondering what those 2 o'clock, 2:45 shows will look like. So maybe I'll go pull them up real quick.
Well, I remember when I saw Little Mermaid, the one I went to was actually pretty decently full, but it had a lot of kids, right? I mean, it's a kids movie, allegedly. Okay, so now we're getting at 3 p.m. I'm going to skip, and we'll hit the 5 o'clock showing. And I'm going to say this one was no. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 seats sold for 5 p.m. And mind you, I know this is a preview night. So we had the 5:30 showing. 2. Yeah. If this was a Little Mermaid or another movie, maybe you would see a little more than that. Maybe you see like maybe 20 seats sold. Big theater, 5 seats. Wow, look at that. Granted, it's Monday. It's only, 3 more days till this movie comes out in a nutshell?
Yeah.
You think that would have more pre-sales going on?
A lot of excitement.
Yeah, a lot of excitement. Okay, smaller theater. This one a little bit more packed. Well, not really packed. So 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So far, there's only been 18 seats sold in the biggest one, the biggest theater. Yeah.
I suspect there'll be some tickets purchased by Disney themselves in various.
Oh, you know, marketing. Look at that. No seats.
It's looking
sold.
like that where I'm at because 2 full rows are sold out in multiple screenings that I've looked at so far.
Yeah,
and they're dead center in the, they're not in the back of the theater. They're closer to the screen, actually. It's kind of weird. Not seats people actually choose.
Possibly that's because it's the little people crowd are coming out for the movie. So
all the X's are seats that are taken up. The screen's here. So who picks these seats? Who picks this seat? Well, maybe somebody who is actually handicapped, but not when you've got these handicap seats available. These 2 seats are about the only 2 that make sense, and maybe these 2. But these 2 rows, if I go back to, that's the 4:45. If I go to the 2 p.m., and this is just in one of the theaters out of the 6 that it's playing in at this theater, same 2 rows taken up.
That's kind of sus.
At that position in the theater, that's not a place where you typically try to get your seats to see a movie that close to the screen. Let's see what 7:30 looks like.
Maybe they
same
sold those
2 rows.
That is really fucking weird, and it seems like the exact same seats are being sold almost.
Right, and because there's that handicap seat too.
Right.
So let's look at one of the other screens that they've got it on. Let's look at the luxury lounger recliners. Also, 2 rows sold out, and then 2 seats, and then 1 with a handicap seat. This is all at the same theater. It's just different screens. So it's kind of weird. And
that is kind of weird.
That 2 rows are sold out on every single showing.
Okay, that's called marketing budget, kids.
Yeah.
We know. We're just pointing it out.
That's what we're saying.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That would be my guess. It has to be marketing seats because, they do give away movie tickets sometimes. And
that one has a lot of seats gone. That's the 2:30 showing and the non-luxury lounger screen.
Okay, the one I don't get is the one sold all the way at the front. Yeah, right there by the screen.
The full 2 rows.
Yeah, those
that
are ones
looking straight up at a screen.
Yeah, no, it would be like that row that is open that would be sold out, because that's like the theater is so fucking packed. I have no choice because I'm an idiot and I bought my ticket late, or I showed up at the theater late.
Right.
That's what those are. I never see those sold. Never.
No, nobody
not
wants
capacity.
to sit staring with their, neck at that angle for 2 hours, 3 hours.
Neck craned up like that.
Yeah. So kind of suspicious.
That's like is that the same theater we already clicked on? Because
I think that was the one I accidentally clicked in it twice.
Okay. All right.
I meant to go to like the 515 on that.
I was like, that's
theater.
a awfully suspect pattern again.
515, 2 full rows. And this is the smallest of the screenings.
And a handicap.
Theater.
Yeah, that has to be tickets that are being given away.
Yeah.
It's the only thing I can think of, because they keep always having one at a handicap seat, and those are always fucking vacant.
Yeah.
I want to say, like, in my total movie going experience, unless it's like a super, super popular packed theater, I've never seen anybody in a wheelchair in a theater, except for maybe one time.
Come to think of it, I don't think I've ever seen anybody in a wheelchair in a theater.
Mm-hmm. There was like a couple I saw that were both in a wheelchair.
So it's not scientific, but I just had a look at the most popular cinema in the city near me, and it's Calgary, and hardly any seats for any of the Friday showings. And that's at all times. So just
hardly any seats sold or available?
Hardly any sold.
Okay.
There's
and this is
7:20 p.m. in one of the 3 screens in this cinema. There's about 8 to 10 seats sold. The others, some have got none, some have got 2. And that's just one cinema in the city, but it is the most popular one.
So this is 10:15. There's still 2 rows and a handicap seat, and there are no other tickets sold.
Yeah,
and it's just the tickets that they've bought. And 10:15 is not ridiculous this week because it's spring break.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mexican Iron Man near him. Yeah, Mexican Iron Man near him. 7 p.m. 4:32. None have been sold.
Wow.
None.
Yeah, this movie is fucked.
This movie's going to go down more than Kamala Harris on the campaign trail.
Toxic Manfly will be streaming a private stream in his living room.
We can take mine off. I showed.
I will. Of this one? Yes. Actually, Song of the South. We should do Song of the South.
Double bill. I would just be curious to see if they actually did re-release that theatrically, how many people would go.
Probably a lot of people. A lot more people, I think, than you would expect.
Because they don't know what it's about. It's not what they think it is. No. It's completely not what they think it is. A movie.
Oh, Song of the South? Yeah.
Well, and now it's nostalgia because they got rid of the ride.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I think if they did release that, I hope it'd be near one of the meetups, so we could take everyone at the meetup to a theater to watch it.
We can zippity-doo.
Zippity-day.
That is like one of the most popular Disney songs too.
Yeah.
It used to essentially be the theme song of Disney.
Yeah.
Yes, it did.
And it's not the movie that they try to portray it as now. It's completely the opposite.
No.
Well,
I mean, it's a lot of what
there was one central character that was a really strong racial stereotype in it.
Are you talking about the black lead in it?
No.
Okay.
Baby.
Oh, yeah, that. Yeah.
Yes. So that got problematic, and I get it.
Yes.
But the whole thing of Song of the South is not supposed to be about it. It's supposed to be overcoming and all that kind of stuff. So.
Yeah.
Godzillionaire says literally the same exact pattern at his Cinemark: 2 full rows and 1 handicap seat.
Wow.
That's the
marketing, as Culture said. I bet Culture's going to do a video on this. Either had done it today and released it, or we'll do it tomorrow.
Well, we saw this too with Captain Marvel, right? The original Captain Marvel that came out when they had the very similar patterns. And I want to say when we were looking at it last year, I think it was last year. When did Little Mermaid come out?
Little Mermaid.
Was that last year?
I think so, but
2023.
2023.
Time is so weirdly compressed at this point.
Okay, that had a lot of very similar patterns too that we're seeing.
Marketing patterns.
Theater-wise.
Marketing.
Well, comics, do you have a Cinemark there in San Antonio?
I don't think we do anymore. There used to be.
Because mine was a Cinemark. Godzillionaires is a Cinemark. I'm wondering if they worked out some kind of deal with Cinemark.
They probably did. Let's see. Cinemark, San Antonio.
These block bookings will be tickets.
Yeah. Okay, there's a Cinemark 16. That's still around. Let's go.
These will be tickets getting given away by local radio stations and the like, probably.
For every showing, though?
In a big
That's
city,
a lot of showings for a, well, that's a lot of showings for a radio station like here to try to give away, especially to a kid's movie.
Okay. Let me.
Will it be interesting to buy a ticket, go in and see if anybody filled those seats?
Yeah.
Or not buy a ticket and buy a ticket to something else and just take a peek in.
Take a peek in the door,
Because I'm not giving them the $12.
Good point. Well,
God,
you lucky bugger.
This website is taking really fucking long to load, by the way.
What, the porn one?
Yes, the porn one. No, the fucking Cinemark website.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, we had several, and now they all kind of like. No, it's AMC that pulled out. That's right.
So
anyway,
Forbes is downgraded from originally box office opening estimate from 65 to 85 to 50 to 56.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy shit. I guess the question is, will it actually make that? Okay. No, dude, this is even worse. I'm not seeing anything nearly like you guys did. So
no pattern, nothing sold at all.
Just this one is like, why on earth would you pick that fucking seat? I mean, I always try and go for like the center, right?
I try to go center of the screen, like 3 rows from the back. That's my sweet spot.
I usually go like 3 or 4 rows up, but yeah, that's a fucking smaller theater too. So
I want my eye line to try to be like dead center of the screen.
Yeah,
because I think you get the best sound there too.
Yep, I think you probably do. Next showtime. This is probably gonna take forever, so we'll just keep talking while this goes and loads.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the other thing too is that. Now, I guess because it's Santikos, and Santikos charges a shitload more for movies, but they're trying to say like movie prices averaging. So this is 2 p.m. No, actually, yeah, this is the matinee price now. Matinee pricing being fucking $11, okay? Like, for me, when I paid for my ticket, it was like $20.
Yeah,
and that's probably what...
You're saying it's so overpriced, and I was like, tickets $10.75. I'd kill for that.
Yeah.
But matinee makes sense.
Yeah, matinee. Because mine is like $15, and when you like the booking fee and taxes and blah blah blah, it's like $20. So when you go and compare like movie prices, and they're trying to say like, oh look, Captain America did better than Ant-Man, Thor, and Black Widow. Remember that movie prices were a lot different. You were probably paying. Oh, look at that, Showtime not found. Go figure. All right, I'm pulling this down.
Timon is saying something kind of interesting in the chat. All our seats are the same price, no matter where you're at. He's saying the center seats are now more expensive. So are they now charging higher for what is maybe considered the premium seats in the theater?
I don't know.
They
price
do
by
that
seat.
here. Yeah,
they do it for concerts, but not for movies here.
Well, I bet they would if they could.
Yeah, they do that here. So when we go and we look if we want it. But I usually like to sit on the end where they've got the booze and stuff anyway, so I can just go to sleep whenever I'm watching some of this shit.
So Tox is the guy that picks that seat on the aisle on purpose.
I like to sit as far away from other people as possible.
I do too.
I do. I can't.
So does Lauren Boebert.
Phones and people.
Oh, it's because she's getting felt up, and you want to
sticking their feet up in the back of your chair, and phones and talking. I gotta sit as far away as I can.
I always love it when somebody kicks the back of my seat.
I will move rather than put up with that shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, typically,
most of the theaters here have the loungers that
It's
you've
harder
got
to
like
do.
a full
Yeah.
row
Oh,
separating you from the next row.
Well, some of them still try though. You know, you look around and there's feet sitting up, and people have got their legs crossed with their feet sitting up.
Oh, when I'm on an airplane and a kid kicks me, I'm throwing him out. That's just how that works.
Out the window.
You're leaving now. There's the
Now,
door.
First, you got to make him open the door so you don't get in trouble for that. Then
Let
you throw him
me
out.
show you something cool. You know that lever there? Try pulling it.
Yeah,
You
just
don't-
try- just try pulling
Yeah,
it.
you're fine with the charge for kicking the kid off of a plane in midair, but you don't want to get the charge for opening the door.
no, that's federal pen.
mid-flight.
I'll be in Guantanamo.
Yeah.
And not to mention that when you try and open those doors mid-flight, you've got they go out and forward. So you're trying to do
You
that
literally can't
against
do
a
it.
500-mile-an-hour wind. Yeah, doesn't happen. So
No, not
Sorry.
even close. All right. Let's culture. You need to leave. Sun getting low, big guy.
Yeah, sun's really low. Like you guys are burning me down. I will say this: the channel's growing. It's all your fault. Thank you to all of you.
Hang on. Before you leave,
Oh,
the
yeah.
one thing that we need to capture is going to be your predictions for Snow White.
Prediction.
Oh, Road to Perdition. Pretty good film. I should probably watch.
No.
that.
Predictions for Snow
Oh.
White. Like,
what is your domestic open?
Oh,
Didn't
for
we do
Snow
this
White,
already?
50 million.
15?
No, 50. 50.
50 million.
50
That's
million.
US. What about worldwide?
Global 108.
And your overall prediction for this film?
oh, isn't there also a domestic prediction?
This
did
domestic
that
was
one.
50 million.
50.
No.
No, that's
That's
opening.
that's opening
Opening.
weekend.
Oh, you went domestic. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, no, overall, I think global at the end of the day, 387.
387 mil total worldwide. And Comics wants to complicate things by saying domestic. What's your domestic
Domestic total,
total?
Domestic total.
169.
I thought we always did domestic totals, but I guess not.
That's fine.
Sometimes it's a crapshoot
Well,
because I get tired of typing.
I don't
And
honestly.
it depends on if something's opening up U.S. and then opening up internationally afterwards.
Yeah.
So we can't always do
Mm-hmm.
domestic and international opening.
I'm
Well,
looking.
typically, we just go for domestic opening.
Oh wait, I
Okay.
gave you the global overall box office. Was I supposed to do global open?
Yeah. Global. So you had 50 million domestic open, 108 million worldwide open,
All right.
169 million domestic total, 387 million total worldwide.
Yeah. Yeah, this thing's going to fall off a cliff internationally because it's not going to represent the original film, the 1937 classic.
Mm-hmm.
And the same reason it's going to fall off here in the States. It's going to just go.
Well, I also think
because-
that at this point, Rachel Zegler's box office poison.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's about to find that out, and there's a she's going to play Evita on Broadway. Okay, go Broadway kid, go.
Don't cry for me, Argentina.
Vaselina. Anyway.
Oh, wait, hold on. Breaking news. Federal judge has ordered astronauts be returned to space station.
That's right. Get back on that rocket.
Oh, no. I'm sorry about that culture. Breaking news.
Breaking news. Speaking of which,
How's your nudes?
I'm gonna go. But check me out. The channel's growing. It's your fault. Thank you, and keep sharing out the videos and sending me super chats, super thanks, super friends. You know,
Super
whatever.
Troopers.
Super troopers.
Send them Super Troopers.
And in about I don't know, about 30, 45 minutes, there will be the third Culture Casino video of the day. Third. So we're going for it, kids. We're going for it. Tomorrow, when I drop a video, probably around midday, it'll be about Diddy, the diddler, the big diddler, and just how foobar he is now because of some great leaks that we got over the weekend. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
You realize that you're taking off before we got a chance to talk about Ubisoft.
Oh, that sucks.
And you're releasing a video while we're still live.
Of course.
That's just mean.
No, it's not.
It feels mean.
What's mean?
People will watch it later.
We'll start
Breaking
talking.
news. Breaking news. Ghost of St. Patrick returns to drive Rosie O'Donnell out of Ireland.
Well, that makes
Thank
sense.
you, Rosie, for moving out there. And,
Oh my God.
she did.
That's
She moved to
funny.
Ireland.
She's like a human dump truck or woodchuck or both.
She's a fucking Cenobite, dude.
Mhm.
Oh, that's you know what?
You called women less than dogs and all this stuff. That was just Rosie O'Donnell.
I tell you what, I did love one of those last TikTok or Instagram she did where she's like, I don't know if it's herpes. I'll go get it tested. You guys can stop talking about the cold sore on my lip. There's more important things like who's in the presidency right now. But I'll get it checked out. Maybe it is herpes.
God.
Wow.
Probably is.
She went nuts.
Look, the video I
Probably
think
is
gonna,
herpes then.
I think you're gonna like the video I'm dropping
Are
tonight.
you doing a video about Rosie O'Donnell's
It would be
herpes?
herpes very simplex.
Oh, God.
Well, she's pretty simple, but not simple comics. Anyway, so there it
See,
is.
if we start talking about Ubisoft now, Culture's outro will still be going, so he'll get the whole of that discussion.
I just want to say, I think Brahma's gonna like the video I'm gonna release. It's about Rachel Madcow. So
I don't like her.
well, good because you're gonna like the story. I got.
Nobody likes her.
I'm telling you, I have
You know
like
what that means? That means he really does like her. Because, grade school rules.
dude. I seriously have like
No, I like her twin, Michael Knowles, but don't like her.
I have like 5 more minutes of this video to edit. So will you guys let me go?
Oh, you've been
All
editing.
right, fine. Here you go.
No wonder you've been so disengaged.
What?
He's gonna be like a Snow White viewing, no ticket.
Let me
No
out of here.
tickets.
He had to go edit a video.
He wasn't in the marketing budget.
That was good. That was good.
So are we all going to do our totals now?
I think we should.
We'll let me get Soups real quick and Green Machine Rants, and then we'll get our totals.
Did we review the Captain America totals that we gave?
Yes.
Yes.
We did.
We did.
I did
you
quite well.
You did quite well. So it's
The prophet has
389 million right now. You are at 380. So unfortunately, right, went over. Next up is Nick at 400 million. So
No.
Would I get a free Snow White ticket?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Straight to hell. All right. So you wrapped it for $5. Calling it for Snow White, 40 million opening.
Oh wait.
300 to
crap.
410 million global. 199 domestic. A better movie, Snow Mexican Iron Man. I guess with the 7 Alfs and 5 Samurai comics, and 3 Gnome Casinos.
340 to 410. That's a lot.
I was actually thinking 40 million opening as well.
Let's see. So, and then he does domestic.
Yep.
He didn't do a global opening. Okay, got it.
No, we typically just do the domestic opening, and
It
then
opens in different
total
places.
global and then domestic, total domestic. All right.
So what's the 199 domestic? I don't. Huh? What?
What?
Huh?
199 domestic.
199.
199.
999.
Okay. all right.
Okay. Peter Shea's helicopter tours for $5. I hope y'all let me know how good Supreme Office White and the 7 striking longshoremen turn out. I probably won't go see it. If I didn't have a YouTube channel, I wouldn't at all. But apparently no one else will either.
Yeah.
I guess it's a wash. Oh,
So that's good.
do you guys think that if this movie tanks, this is the end of Rachel Zegler's movie career?
No, because they've already got her doing Evita.
That's
She's
Broadway.
already tanked other movies.
That's Broadway though.
Oh, is it Broadway?
Mhm.
I
I
thought
don't
they were
know.
doing
Pedro
another
Pascal
movie.
keeps getting work.
Yeah, but he's
mean,
not box office poison like she is.
Nobody's Hispanic.
So
Let's
she's
see.
been in what?
Representation.
West Side Story,
Mhm.
the Hunger Games prequel, and this, and they were all pretty much in that same span of time. Snow White has just taken 2 years to come out.
Yeah.
Since
Well,
then.
okay, so the main
So
thing
has she
is
been getting any roles? Because
West Side Story was her breakout role because that Spielberg basically plucked her off. What was it? Was it TikTok for her singing? And that's how she got cast in that. And then she got the Songbirds and Snakes movie. And apparently that didn't do very well. What other movie was she in that didn't do? Was it fuck. It was
West
like
Side Story didn't do that great, did it?
No. But that wasn't because of her. I mean, she was a no name at that point.
That was because they decided to do everything in Spanish.
In Spanish. Yeah. I think that's the reason why that did poorly. Shit. What was that movie that
I can't think of another one she was in.
It was like the Millennium movie where it's fuck.
The one that came out at the beginning of this year, or no, yeah, beginning of this year.
Totally blanking on
coming of age type story thing.
Yeah, that takes place around the year 2000. I'm totally fucking blanking what's called.
Shazam to Godzilla knows all this crap.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
She was
She's also in
Shazam
Shazam
to Y2K.
Y2K. Thank you. That's what I was trying to remember.
Y2K. Yeah.
I was
She's
just
going to
totally
play Rogue in X-Men, according to Godzillionaire. I mean, all the scoops we get on this show are from Godzilla.
I didn't hear about the Rogue thing. That's new.
No,
he's joking.
Okay.
But she might be the lead in Single White Female.
What, they're remaking Single White Female?
Yeah.
Yes, with
Why?
two not white chicks as the leads.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So she was in the Sherlock horror film about Y2K, Y2 Jericho, Y2K.
That was the one we were trying
Y2K.
to think of.
Yeah.
Y2K. I'm just saying everybody's telling comics Y2K. Y2 gay.
Y2
that's
gay.
Tox. That's Tox.
And then Ginger Ninja. How you doing?
Yeah. Okay. Pinochet's helicopter tours for $5. Let them fight. CC wasn't there. There, someone investigating theater sales. Did it come up when someone overseas got caught fudging numbers, or was it a Disney whistleblower who was onto the theater scam? Vaguely remember. Yeah, I did a couple of videos when Miss Marvel, or sorry, Captain Marvel came out. No, that was like 5 years ago now. No, longer than that. And I was talking about ghost seats because that's what it's called. And the Ip Man in China, I think it was like maybe Ip Man 3 or 4. I don't remember which one it was at the time. They got busted doing the same thing, the whole ghost seat things, where basically the marketing department will go and buy up seats to make the movie look like it's popular. So people, it basically gives the illusion of creating scarcity so people would take an interest in showing up.
So apparently Nick the Greek is on to she's going to play Rogue as Rogue eyes that keep drifting apart.
Yes.
So she's going to be a new mutant.
Yeah, they'll get rid of the white streak in Rogue's hair and just have her eyes go further and further apart instead.
Yeah.
Single off-white female. Yeah.
Single off-white female.
That's
I
good.
can't believe they're... I don't
Did
get
you
that.
not see that story?
No.
I can't remember who it is. They've got two actresses. No, it's is it Ortega? Jenna Ortega
Jenna Ortega
and Zendaya?
I think something like that.
Yes, that was it.
Could be her and J-Lo.
Well, Jen Ortega can pass as being white, so as long as I think the person looks the part, I'm fine with it. But yeah, you can't call it single white female and like be a shade of brown. That's not white.
Jenna.
Yeah.
It's Release McCracken's right. It's single white adjacent female.
That's awful. Awful true though. All right. Ruben also became a member. Thank you, Ruben. Hope you're doing well, sir. And this is true, Nick. I've been saying this one for a while. It says Brie Larson is so happy that Rachel Zegler exists. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, but she also did a lot to kind of try and rehab her image and not come off as being so cunty. So, yeah, I mean, there's that too.
Which one did?
Right, Brie Larson.
Mm-hmm. Because she likes Nintendo.
Yeah.
Now here it is. It's Jenna Ortega and Taylor Russell.
Who's Taylor Russell?
I don't know, but it's not a single white female. I can tell you that. Here.
Okay. Let me go and...
Well, let me hide my DMs.
Oh, yeah. Totally not.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Well, the other chick?
That's when you get your double dark chocolate and mocha chocolate mixed up together at Dairy Queen.
Is this like your chocolate's in my peanut butter? Your peanut butter's on my chocolate?
Mm-hmm. Your tongue's in my vagina. My vagina's in your tongue. Exactly.
But the other thing, too, in single white female, she was like in her 30s, not looking like a 12-year-old.
Both these actresses are 30.
Yeah,
they're
they
not.
just play 18-year-olds on screen.
Not 30.
Maybe the villain will be a single white female.
There it is.
That seems
Rosie.
more likely.
Her name will be Karen.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Karen
not so
Goldstein.
sure that
Yes.
not sure what they're trying to do there, because that doesn't scream single white female to me.
Well, the other thing, too, is that the whole single white female thing is kind of dated because nobody fucking uses newspapers anymore. I mean, that's like the whole point of the movie is that she puts in an ad in the paper, single white female looking for a roommate.
Right.
And none of that fucking makes sense anymore.
That's all.
Now it'll be a Craigslist ad.
Or it could be a Craigslist
Even the Craigslist ad is probably dated.
Yeah. So,
It'll
I
be
mean,
an
this
Instagram post.
literally makes no fucking sense.
Maybe it'll be a period piece.
Wah, wah.
That would make more sense if they said it back in the 90s.
Well, they're just going to bleed us dry.
Yeah. But no one's going to fucking see that movie. I mean, that was I'm not going to say a very niche movie. I mean, it was a suspense thriller, and I don't see them be able to fucking pull that off now.
Suspense thrillers are going to be very hard to do going forward due to the proliferation of social media.
Social media leaks.
Because you're always in contact with somebody, and somebody's going to immediately be like, hey, I'm not getting any responses from this person.
Yep.
Yeah, apparently Jen Ortega is 22, but she looks like a 15-year-old.
And Millie Bobby Brown is 21 and looks like a 30-year-old.
She does look older.
But they've got her playing teenagers still.
Yeah. Did you see that that Electric State movie?
Not yet. I heard you guys talking about it on Friday
Jesus
Night
Christ.
Tights, but I haven't put myself through it yet.
I wouldn't fucking bother with it.
Wasn't it 320 million it cost?
Yeah, 320 million. The movie is like 2 hours and 15 minutes, and it feels like a 5-hour movie.
Value for money, then.
Yeah.
All right, now this is a movie that needs to happen. Zegler and Anna Taylor-Joy should star in a movie called Seeing Around the Corner.
Don't forget Haley, or whatever her name is, the Little Mermaid herself.
Oh, God.
She's got some eyes that are pretty out there, too.
Yeah, she does.
Haley Berry.
Yeah.
Has she got any work since that movie?
Not that I know of. I don't know why they keep trying to push, girls in Hollywood or women in Hollywood that literally keep having their eyes further and further apart. It's not a thing with guys.
Well, they're trying to change beauty standards.
Yeah,
like legit.
It's not a thing.
That's what they're trying to do. Like Zendaya is not attractive.
She is to Hollywood producers. They
Apparently.
like the shape of a 12-year-old boy.
But
Yeah.
she looks like
Allegedly.
she looks like she could be almost any ethnicity except for white.
Mhm.
Zendaya could play almost any ethnicity.
But at least she has some fans, unlike some of these other people we're mentioning.
So she's the Marilyn Manson of acting.
Okay, explain that one.
Sure. What?
She's androgynous and can go.
No,
you know,
okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sure.
makes more sense. But
It
yeah,
made
I mean,
sense in my head.
Just
Lots of
needed
things
it
do.
explained a little bit.
No, I mean, yeah, if you're going on the weird kind of androgyny factor, I would like younger Marilyn Manson. Yeah, sure. Not like fat, older Marilyn Manson. It
See,
just
Nick
looks
the
kinda
Greek
weird.
got
from
it.
SNL.
I think that says more about you, Nick the Greek. If you got my humor first time, that might be a problem.
Not a problem for Tox, a problem for you.
Yeah, you need to seek professional help.
Man, oh man, oh man. Yeah.
Did you see that last comment? Did she also remove her bottom ribs? I can't see who it. Douchey McDouche. Yeah.
Oh, Douchey McDouche. I love that.
Oh yeah, that's funny. I remember those rumors.
Oh yeah.
That was Janet Jackson.
That and that he was the kid from the Wonder Years.
Yeah.
Paul.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Sinte had a star.
Those urban
Rango
legends
live
that
action remake.
those urban legends before the internet that still managed
Mm.
to spread through every high school and every middle school in the U.S.
Instantly.
College. I heard them in
Yeah.
college. Yeah. That's fucking hilarious. God, those are the days. The fact that, we had memes before the internet.
So Rachel Zegler,
Yeah.
Anna Taylor-Joy, Holly Berry, Bailey, Benedict Cumberbatch, they could all star as aliens in a movie and not need any makeup.
Let's never have any of them breed. At least not together.
Yeah.
Not without my left eyeball. Excuse me, I left my right eye in the other room.
Any one of them could have played Flounder in the real
In
the
real
real
life.
remake of the of the Little Mermaid without makeup.
Everywhere I go in the theater, she's staring at me. I can't get, she's not even in the scene and she's still staring at me.
Ugh. That is fucking hilarious, man.
Yeah, Benedict Cumberbatch already did, but
Yeah, but with the normie, so the eyes might have moved back further.
And
in.
a 50-50
One of
shot.
them may have
So
moved.
they might have kind of reset themselves.
Yeah, this has got to be a recessive gene. It cannot
Yeah.
be dominant.
So Davina, you got to say this in that what's her name voice in the Austin Powers. Send in the clones. Yeah, I'm not gonna
Yeah.
yell though.
There has to be clones.
I don't have a limiter on the mic. So
All
I'm
right,
not
we got
gonna
a
do it.
professional neon. It's just always weird drawing Benedict Cumberbatch just because of that.
I actually do have a limiter on mine, so I found a better limiter that
Yeah, I'm using
that works
the
pretty
same-
damn good.
Oh, you found better one than the Frontier one?
No, I'm using both Frontier, but Frontier I was still peaking on.
Okay.
So I actually had to get another limiter and drop it down to like -6.
So you have a
dBs.
limiter
Thanks
on
for
your
sharing that with
limiter.
me. Yeah, appreciate
Well,
it.
limiter
I'll send
on
to you.
your
I know I found it like late last night when I was working on one of my
Just
Oh,
send
late
that to
last
me
night when you
too.
were. Yeah, send it to because he's got the Elgato Wave.
I get some
XLR.
problems. Since I set up a new PC, I can't quite get the sound right. So
Yeah, I
Those
noticed
are
that. I think your gate is a bit
yeah,
off.
it's all I've tried all sorts of crap, but it's not working.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's like
help
certain things.
me.
I disabled my noise gate, just because I just don't like the way the sound was coming through.
Yep.
But
It
yeah,
could just be my voice.
no, it's not.
Was
Yeah,
that in
wide
Hot
eyes.
Shots or Hot Shots Part 2 when Cryer was Walleye? And that was his pilot's name. And everything he looked in, he had
Yeah.
a fish eye.
Probably in
Was
the
that the first one? Okay.
Probably in both.
Was he
Maybe.
in the second?
I can't
The
remember.
second one, that's one of the rare ones where the second was actually better than the
It
first.
was pretty funny. Yeah.
Kinda
I
like
never
Breaking
watched the
2.
second one. I've only seen the first one.
What? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right. Yeah, we'll do that. We have to do that for a movie double feature one of these times.
Yeah.
do.
All right. So as I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, we have, Assassin's Creed Ass Crud, whatever you want to fucking call it. I mean, it basically is Ass Crud now coming out. And you have a bunch of really angry shareholders with Ubisoft right now because their stock has been taking a massive nosedive over the last couple of years at this point. They've been making some very, very poor decisions. Yeah, they very clearly don't do any research because there's the whole thing with the Tory Gate, the broken Tory Gate, and that pissed off the Japanese. And now the game's coming out on the 20th. Normally games come out on a Tuesday, which I find it weird that's coming out on Thursday. And that is the anniversary of the sarin gas attack that happened in Tokyo.
That's right. They couldn't have picked a worse
Yeah, I mean, every decision they've made for this game, specifically around Japan, was a big fucking mistake. Oh my god!
Last I heard, they were going to deliver it to Japan via 2 airplanes and just open the
bomb bay doors and just like
and let the discs rain.
It is going to bomb. That's for sure. So.
It's going to bomb in Japan. That's for sure.
Their release date is going to be August 6th, which is when Hiroshima got hit.
Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
August 6th, and then they're going to do it on August 9th. Right after that. Bam, bam.
It's going to get re-released.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think this is. I mean, some of it's incompetence. Some of it is malice.
Well, okay, that's kind of the thing. Companies, usually big companies, they sometimes hire cultural anthropologists to make sure that you're not committing faux pas, right? And there was like here's a couple examples I remember from my class back in the 90s. In certain countries in Africa, because a lot of people are illiterate, they basically go off the picture on the can on what's inside. So when Gerber was sending over baby food, it had pictures of babies. They thought there were babies in the food. Okay, no, like legit. That is true.
Soylent Green.
Yes.
It's people.
It's people.
Yeah. The back in the 80s, the slogan for Pepsi, Taste of a New Generation, did not translate very well in China. And it translated to brings your ancestors back to life. Okay, so
Coca-Cola
that's the reason why
China
companies
was like rat vomit or something like that.
What's that?
Coca-Cola, when it first was released in China, the symbols were rat vomit.
Not far off,
that's
really.
Yes, Elizabeth Young. Those are true stories, okay? Those are all very true. There is a lot of marketing mistakes that companies make because they don't understand another culture or things don't translate very well. Like I said, those are the two that I just remember off the top of my head. The fact that they didn't do any research into the Tory Gate or, hey, is this a bad date to release a, something in Japan? Just saying.
Would Japanese people have a problem with a black guy going around and killing a whole bunch of Japanese people while we're having an Asian hate problem in the U.S.?
No.
That all seems to stem from one certain ethnicity?
But that's California.
Could look a little wrong.
I don't know what's wrong.
California, New York.
Well,
you know what?
Yeah.
There's a few blue places.
Yeah. Hey, do you guys remember when they tried to make Stop Asian Hate a thing and it suddenly disappeared when they realized it was all black people doing it?
When all the videos came out of who was doing it? Yeah.
Within seconds, it disappeared. But yeah, the destruction of the Shinto shrine is the one that's really going to bring them down. It's, they can Yasuke, whatever. Yasuke can go in, completely destroy a Shinto shrine, kill all the monks, kill all the people outside it.
That was a big deal in the Japanese occupation of Korea, China, during World War II. It was all of that going to take over from there.
Oh, they were brutal.
They were very brutal.
Very brutal.
Stuff, so.
Yeah.
But
well, I mean,
video game companies have been tanking for a long time. So many of you know I'm a little older than everyone else. So I remember Atari.
Yeah, the 80s video game crash that almost killed the industry. Yeah.
And what they did is Atari made too many consoles. And they
was it too many consoles, or they basically made too many games? Or
no, it was the console sales that were driving them, and they got bought. They did the other stuff, but the console sales they ramped up. They went and they built all this stuff in I think it was China, I can't remember. It was somewhere in Asia. They built this thing to production plant, all this stuff, built all this capacity for these Ataris, and they didn't realize. I mean, it was expensive. $300 back then was rent or an entire or mortgage for a couple of months. They didn't realize that there was only so many households that could buy those. So they overproduced by about 50% what they could sell.
Right.
And then they ended up with all this inventory nobody could use. And then the ET game. So the ET game.
The ET game was go ahead.
That was the death knell, but
ET game
it was not having anybody could just make a game and throw it out there, and Atari would put it out there as it's an Atari game.
That was one of the issues.
That's why you got the Nintendo seal of approval. Nintendo was not letting anything going on to that the NES that they had not reviewed first to make sure it wasn't just an absolute piece of trash like we got with ET and other games on the Atari, because they were just licensing everything and just
that was the thing I was trying to get to, is the fact that they were licensing everything and there was no quality control of those games.
Well, there was
ET was a really good example of that.
Drugs and partying things going on at Atari at the time. So
yeah, it was like that old Super Bowl commercial where all the monkeys are in the office and like burning cash and just going crazy, and the guy walks in and flips the chart upside down or right side up, and the whole line is just going straight down into the ground instead of actually rising.
Right.
So,
Going up.
and they're just like, so turn on the music again. One of the best Super Bowl commercials ever, if you remember that one. It was great.
No, I don't think I ever saw that one. I have to check that out. But yeah, okay, here's another example I was talking about. This is also true. Johnny Loves Chachi was a hit in Korea. Chachi translates to dick. Yes. So the whole thing is Johnny loves dick. Yes. That was I remember that. That's pretty fucking hilarious.
And I saw that I flashed this up there, and I'm just gonna do it again. This is Zendaya starring in the live-action remake of Rango, the lizard western. You remember Rango?
No, I don't.
Never watched it. No. I remember it, but I never watched it.
I tried irate. Your joke was bad. All right, there you go.
I've heard she's
I
going to
laughed.
be.
I thought it was funny.
I've heard she's going to be.
I was trying to figure out if that was AI art. I figured it probably was. Yeah.
What was that, 70s?
I just heard she's going to be cast in a reboot of the old 40s and 50s black and white serials, The Thin Man. She's going to be recast in those.
It's Ray Charles. It wasn't lost on me that Ray Charles was the guy that Thin Man. Those are some of my favorite. Myrna Loy and that. Those are some great
That's
movies.
a very deep old reference. I'm glad you got it.
Oh, I still watch those films. I have those, the Charlie Chan's, all those Asians played by Americans, except for his illegal son. And Sulu was actually in some of those Charlie Chan's.
He was.
Oh my, yes, he was.
I don't know why when you said Charlie Chan, I immediately thought Charlie Chaplin.
Chaplin?
Charlie Chan. I used to watch those, and Fu Manchu. They were great.
And Mr. Wong. There's actually Mr. Wong. Yeah, that
loving me is Wong. I don't want to be white.
He was a white guy.
I put that commercial in the private chat. I mean, the company that it was for was careerbuilders.com. I don't think they even exist anymore. So
no, Career Builders is still around.
Are they still around? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I know. It made me laugh too. The rest of these guys can go kiss her.
So anyway, one of the investing companies investing in, or I should say shareholders in Ubisoft basically is planning to do a literal protest in front of their headquarters in Paris, France, which I think is absolutely hilarious. So this AJ Investments company, they've been going after Ubisoft for, I'd say probably about a year now, because like I said, they're one of the major investors and or shareholders in their stock, and their stock is just massively fucking tanked. They're the ones that basically wanted to take them private and sell them. That was the company. Right. So they are not doing fucking good. And of course, like we mentioned, they've just been making bad decision after bad decision. And yeah, I'm looking forward to this shit show of a game, but I don't want to fucking pay $70 for it. It's like I paid $70 for Avowed. It's like, Jesus Christ. That is
Why?
ridiculous.
Is that the one where you get to
Why
play
would
the
you do
nun?
No.
that?
Okay.
I got it.
Yes, I got it too. Yeah, and that Avowed game, not worth $70. I'd say $40.
I think we'll all be fine just watching Az play this game. It'll go really, really well.
Oh yeah, this was the good stuff back then. Battle of the Planets, Star Blazers. Yep, that was the good stuff. I like the live action Battleship Yamato that they did, or Yamato or whatever.
Yamato, yeah. Yeah, that was a very interesting series.
Comics got none.
Got none. Yeah.
What kind of meat does the Pope eat? None.
None.
Uh,
Anyway. Yeah.
I just don't. I think the age of video games is nigh.
I think the age of
ColecoVision.
AAA video games like we're getting now is nigh. I agree. I think
because
my kids are playing card games.
It's a bigger industry than the movies or TV at this point, but it's the AAA games that are the ones that are just being absolutely destroyed. It's the indie games and the smaller studios that are actually still thriving and doing quite well at the moment. In a multi-billion-dollar industry, all the big studios have decided we should shoot ourselves in the foot.
Yeah, well, again, they embrace the woke and the DEI, which has caused a massive issue. I mean, it's the same issue with entertainment all around, right? We're seeing this in Hollywood, we're seeing this in video games, and it's the exact same issue. It's they're hiring people for arbitrary traits. A really good example of this is that fucking Veilguard game. It's a game that costs too much money, and it's ass.
I don't know if I could sit through watching you play that.
Yeah, and literally talks. They are giving the game away for free on
PlayStation Plus now.
On PlayStation Plus, like I couldn't remember what it was. I thought it was Game Pass, but yeah, PlayStation Plus. Nobody's fucking playing it. Nobody.
Well,
and they are not.
Roland and I are going to make sure that you play it every Friday until you go insane. So
they are not learning their lesson either. Let me find this article that came out yesterday. Well, it was a tweet that came out yesterday that I think you'll find interesting, because this is Bethesda's Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion remake team.
Oh no!
So this is the team remaking Oblivion.
Let me guess, all women.
Oh, it's worse than that. From the Twitter handle LGB, oh wow, an all-male development team, so unheard of. Every person is trans, and they are all biologically male.
Oh my god!
So we've come full circle. Men are back to making the video games, but it is a whole team of trans that are going to be developing the Oblivion remake.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why AAA is going.
Why is this a criteria? Okay.
Why are so many of? It's got to be wanting to see themselves in things like we've talked about, but so many from this group are all applying and getting jobs with these studios. I mean, yes, it's DEI, but it's like it's a weird percentage of the amount of people that are going into this specific business.
Well, you get one person in there who's making hiring decisions. They're going to hire people just like them. That's
true.
Genetically, all right. Genetically, you're apt to go to sameness, right? There's, safety in numbers of having the same genetic, makeup and things like that. So you get people who have a certain persuasion, all that stuff in there, and that's who they're going to hire. So they will find them, and they will fly them in, and they will relocate them and do all that.
It's like that movie
or they just hire their friend group.
Yeah,
because that's the only people. That
remember that movie we talked about on Wednesday, where it was basically it has the all trans gay cast. Yeah, or LBGT plus, up, down, left, right, star.
The Alphabet Mafia.
Yeah, the Alphabet Mafia. Yeah, I mean it's the same fucking thing. That's retarded, and I honestly don't care, you know, who you are, what your genetics are, and what your background is. I just care if you can do the fucking job. You know, that should be the most important thing when it comes to creating a video game, writing software, hiring anyone in basically corporate America. It should be about, well, can you do the job? Do you have the right attitude? Or do you have the right attitude and can be taught? Okay. Those are the criteria I look for out of an employee. I don't care what your background is. Oh, and the third one is, are you going to be a pain in my ass? Because the last thing I want to do. What's that?
Go ahead.
I was going to say, because the last thing I want to do is hire someone that's going to be difficult to manage.
Yeah. I don't know if you caught the hashtags on this. I'll try to blow them up.
No, they're kind of small. I couldn't see
hashtags. Opinions are my own. Hashtag proud mom. I don't know how that's possible. Trans rights matter. Black lives matter. And free Palestine.
Oh, of course. Of course.
The level of ridiculousness is just, we've gone off the scales at this point. I mean, it's so stupid. None of them are moms. None of them are black. And Palestine would have their way with them.
Well, yeah. Yes. Well, I mean, it's part of the reason why I don't have any hashtags in my bios. I think shit, I don't even remember what the fuck I have on my Twitter bio.
I think I've got hashtag all hail Friday night tights or something like that.
I have YouTuber and libertarian. Freedom is always on the right side of history. That's what I have. And I have my links to my channels.
Yeah.
Yanking it.
Yeah. That's just some fucking goofy shit. And at this point, Black Lives Matter is defunct. I mean, they went out as a fucking scam, and you still have that in your bio? God, you're either an idiot and you forgot to remove it, or you really are retarded because you think it's still a thing.
They just forgot to swap that out with
Ukraine,
the Ukrainian flag.
Yeah, there you go. They missed an update, I guess.
Yeah.
Fucking retarded. Anyway,
do I have hashtags in my bio?
Luckily,
Does it matter?
I don't think it's.
Actually, I don't have any hashtags in mine, but I do need to update it from Trump Bans 2024. That's already come true. So
already happened.
Need to figure out something else
so
there.
I'll go to my profile. My bio.
All right, so rolling for $20. So I checked out early Thursday, so I missed Failguard. Glad people picked up the slack. I sent Ian a text Friday, and Ian replied, "Oh, sweet Jesus, not you too." Yeah, because he basically did the gumdrop balls thing, like you talks. Says Ian can put it this towards Ask Crud DEI. Thanks to Tox for the help.
Oh yeah. Let's see. So, very first text. So Roland Simpson's number. Here's what I'm texting. Why are you gay? Find out tonight on Thursday Night Throwdown. So that was last Thursday. That's what I texted. So that's what he.
And then you had the headlines.
I sent something to you this week.
I don't think so. I think that the most notable one was from last week when you sent me the jerking off in the shower text.
That one.
Yeah.
Well, I'll take comics with a straight razor. Razor on the nads for 500, Alex. Yeah, that's not that one. So, because Gary said you need to use a straight razor.
Oh,
I did like the discussion last week where they were trying to figure out how your nutsack used a keyboard. That was so all this stuff happened at X-rays.
Toxic man flu.
Where's the keyboard? Where is that? And then everybody started having a discussion about a keyboard around your nutsacks for your balls to be able to super chat.
Right
Yeah, right on his nutsack.
Right there.
This is not where my nutsack is. Right here. Come on, this is my desk. Get with it.
Oh, see, when I want to type while we're on the stream, I take the keyboard and put it on my nutsack because I don't feel like getting all the way up to my desk.
Mine still has a wire, dude.
Well, there's your problem.
I actually have to rest my nutsack.
Logitech wireless.
It's so big.
Well, I have a Corsair, and it's LED. So,
Oh, that's
See,
nice.
I have my work computer and my PC here, so I used a Logitech one that you can switch between 3 different rigs. That way, during the day, when a phone call comes in, I can pause whatever I'm watching on YouTube so that it's not making sound while I'm answering the work phone. So,
oh yeah, that's smart.
Mm-hmm.
you could just
What
one
does
button switches
Triple X
between
say?
computers.
Oh, nice.
So at 12:24 p.m. today, I texted Comics and Culture. I said, "You are probably both sucking a big black cock. I mean rooster right now. So I don't expect you to see this until later. But I wanted to say, you two are, you are two of the most incredibly gay people I've ever met, next to Roland." So there you go.
And what did I respond back to you with?
Yes, you are
Would they have
correct.
been just as gay if they weren't standing next to Roland?
You said speak for your engine,
I said, "Speak for yourself, engine."
and your voice to text came out, speak for your engine. It was hilarious.
Oh no, that was just me being retarded when I was typing.
I said voice to text showing AI is perfectly unstable to the masses.
No, that was actually that was my dumbass typing.
Oh, you were typing that one. All right.
Yeah, that was my dumbass.
That's even better. Retard.
Yeah, total text retard.
I don't
Well,
think
it's what
Tom's-
happens when you don't fucking reread the text before hitting send. I was just like,
I'm going
send.
to be very clever.
That's what I do with Twitter late at night after I've had many bourbons.
Yeah.
Yes.
Then I
That's
find out
always
what
a lot
I
of
said
fun.
the next morning.
Yeah. There's times where I get in a Twitter spat and I'm fucking like doing something and I'll shoot something out and it won't make any fucking sense because I didn't reread it. And I'm like, oh God, now I look like a fucking moron. Great.
Again.
And I love how when you pay for the check mark, you're supposed to be able to edit your tweets, but it only gives you the ability on some of them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Usually the ones that are most important.
That's right.
Right.
The ones where you end up looking like a fucking
The
moron.
ones where you've got a freaking typo and you've already got 75 likes 2 minutes after you've posted it, and it's like, oh, I need to fix. I can't edit that, so I either have to delete it and the 75 likes, or I don't think Tom's coming because we got a raid like an hour ago, and
oh yeah, I forgot. I'm like, oh, we're running out of topics. Oh yeah, that's right. 1923.
Oh, we've got the main topic from the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, I guess go ahead and kick it off. That we'll close out the show with the
Spoilers.
I
Yeah,
haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to do it without spoilers. So
yeah.
So yeah, we've got 2 episodes to go over, episode 3 and 4.
Okay, hang on. Before we do that, let me get these from Peter Shea before we switch topics. Peter Shea for $2 says Atari clone and subpar games without quality control or oversight that
the ET game.
Oh, the ET game. I was like, that didn't translate to ET to me. Okay, the ET game suffer from overproduction. See the documentary Atari Game Over. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that documentary that came out. It's very true. Also, he says my Corsair Key 95 keyboard and Scimitar mouse are some of the best equipment I ever bought. Yeah, the I don't remember which model this one is, but it's fucking solid. I really like this Logitech mouse because it has a lot of great fucking functionality. Sorry, functionality.
IR Comics, good
Dude,
YouTuber man. Me.
I'm fucking
Go
tired,
sleep.
dude.
Sleep.
You don't know how fucking I want to go to sleep right now. So
Yeah, dude.
Well,
it's been a fucking
it's been a day.
It's been.
Do we want to
a
push
week.
1923 another week?
We'll plow through it.
That's right, because nobody else is going to watch it, but you two.
Yeah, only be the two of us.
Oh, there's a few people watching it. It's
I'm
still
sure.
doing well.
Mm-hmm.
Just nobody else on this stream.
Yeah.
All right, so if we're going to episode 3, I mean, a good chunk of the episode is focusing on Alex trying to make her way over to Montana. Trying to refresh my memory on everything that happened.
It's
so she
basically
finally
her
gets to America,
experience
and she's coming in at Ellis Island.
Right, and it's
Right.
her terrible experience at Ellis Island. Like, she has
she
to go through
raped?
like 3 practically. I mean,
Wow, that sucks.
Close
she
to.
basically she had to go through like 3 rounds of being inspected by a doctor
Completely
they
naked.
did a lot of that.
completely naked.
Mhm.
And I get the thing where it's like, okay, we got to see if you have syphilis, right? Because
That was a big thing.
that was a big thing,
Or
and there was
anything
like
else.
a lot of apparently a lot of Irish whores that came over, and apparently it was syphilis. So
It was a big problem.
there's certain things like okay, I get that makes sense, because you could tell the doctor he's like so fucking done with his shit because he's like so detached.
It kind of, just thinking back on it, it was kind of funny because most of the other women that were not Alex were like, oh yeah, you just sleep with them and then they'll let you through.
Yeah.
So it's like they're worried about syphilis. What's the way around that? Let's
Sleeping
sleep
with
with the people. And it's like, okay. But yeah, I mean, like I said last week, I mean, I would kind of prefer that we had stricter immigration. And keep in mind, this is also the people that are coming over in the lower, the lower decks of the boats coming over to America that are going through this specific line at Ellis Island.
Yeah.
These are the poorest and probably most poverty stricken, the dregs that are getting over to America.
Well,
and
it's
being promised one thing and finding out once they get to America, yeah, it's not as easy as you just come here and you get everything you wanted.
Well, it's the give us you're tired, you're poor, you're hungry, you're huddled masses. Remember, I mean that's
God, I hate the French. They need
yeah,
to
but
take
that's
that statue back.
the French. That's not us. That's
Yeah,
just what they
exactly.
said that we
Frenchies.
were doing.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile,
doing that.
in current news, the French would like the Statue of Liberty back, but as Caroline Levitt said, you can come and get it, but since we're the only reason you aren't speaking German right now, you should
Maybe
probably
I'll
be
leave it
thanking us
alone.
instead.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we had a lot of Alex trying to get used to America. She's extremely naive for a upper class white woman walking around the streets from England, walking around the streets of New York, not knowing how to hide her money and flashing her money all over the place. She gets some help from a few nice people to kind of guide her. I understand the sentiment of the whole Ellis Island thing. People are saying that Taylor Sheridan is trying to portray America as the bad guy, that kind of thing. But
I didn't kind of get that.
Not really the case.
I thought he was kind of like laying out how it actually was more so than anything else.
Yeah,
because
that that stuff you're describing actually happened.
Yeah. Right. Well, because like there's like the one because they keep thinking she's Irish, and she's not. She's British and or English. And
well, she says she's Alexandra of Sussex, and they're like, yeah, we asked for your last name, not where you're from. We don't give a crap. Give us your name because you're coming into our country.
And then she goes Dutton because she married Dutton. Right. But the one thing I thought was really funny is where, they sit her down. She's next to this pregnant Irish woman. And so she goes to go get her, go get cleared or whatnot. And she immediately throws her arm around the guy and starts flirting with him. And it's like, that she's getting in because of what she's doing.
Because you could not get in if you were pregnant. Because if you didn't have a way to work and actually produce, you were just bringing two mouths in that weren't productive, rather than somebody who's actually bringing a skill or the ability to do labor.
Right.
So, I mean, I thought it was all pretty well represented. The only thing I disliked was her stupid little speech where she got all high and mighty about everything.
Yeah.
And I get it. I mean, for the character.
Oh no, it makes total sense.
That's the only place where I could see, that there was, America bad type thing that I've seen online all over the place is, her little speech is kind of, well, this is what America promised and America doesn't live up to that, blah, blah, blah. And then he lets her in. So,
well, I think the reason why he let her in is because, and make sure to wipe off that lipstick on your collar before you go home to your wife. I think that's the reason why he let her in.
Yeah, because, I mean, they try to make it look like she's guilting him into it because of all the, stuff that is being promised overseas to foreigners coming to America. But yeah, I think it's because she actually just was smart enough to figure out that, he is doing all the things that all the other Irish prostitutes are doing to get in.
Yeah.
So she's basically caught him, which he could just send her back and still nobody would ever know. So I didn't think it was an effective scene. It was just kind of, I didn't like the speech.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how they could have gotten her in without it, but I didn't like the speech.
Yeah. No, I don't know why ultimately he let her in. It could be the fact that she demonstrated that she was literate.
Maybe because she's well spoken. Yeah, literate. Yeah.
Yeah, and literate and well spoken is what I was going to go with. So yeah, there's that.
That was kind of my initial take on it. Was more so than the lipstick, was that she was literate and able to actually do a whole speech like that.
Articulate a point.
Correct.
Yeah.
Which gave her some credence coming from, the lower bowels of the ships.
Because like one of the big things that
is in a different situation than everybody else.
Because like one of the things that she kept getting questioned on is like, well, if you're married to an American, where's your husband, and why didn't you come with him? Why are you basically coming in through the drag with the drags if you're not one yourself?
Why didn't he file the paperwork
before
you got here? Because you wouldn't be going through any of this. You would have just gone straight through customs and been in. So, which the story would have been a bit ridiculous in the retelling of it. I mean, I'm sure everybody knows everything that's kind of going on at the time, but it still would have been a bit outlandish on the way they got separated. So I get that.
So it's basically the movie Far and Away about Ron Howard's parents.
Is that what that was about?
Yeah.
That was about his parents?
Far and Away was about Ron Howard's Irish parents who came in and how they ended up in Oklahoma.
Okay. Yeah. I liked that movie. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Diddly potatoes.
Indeed.
I am married to an Irish girl.
On the other side of it, Spencer has also made it to the U.S. and is dealing with the mob, the Italian mob. And they basically have decided to send him and the guy he saved in the first episode on basically they're delivering the liquor.
Yeah,
for the mob.
They're basically they're moonshining, the moonshine run.
Correct.
What a horrible Irish stereotype.
What's the name?
That's Italian.
Her name wasn't
Italian.
Kennedy, was it?
No.
So I may be getting this a little bit out of order, but ultimately Spencer's storyline is they drive out somewhere. They see a.
They're in Texas.
They're in Texas outside of Fort Worth.
Yeah, because they're driving to Fort Worth to go and deliver the moonshine.
Right, and they see the police are stopping people as they're going through this side route.
Right.
So Spencer is like, yeah, I'm not getting killed for this
for
liquor.
booze.
I'm getting out. And so his buddy, I think his name is Luca, was like, well, look at the lengths you would go to for your family, and you expect me to not do the same. And
well,
Spencer's
okay, so
like, you can go die if you want to die.
Well, part of the thing too is that they see the checkpoint, they stop, and he goes and scouts it out. He's like, we're not going through there. So they end up turning down another road to try and bypass the checkpoint, and they see an abandoned farmhouse and barn, and he goes and parks in the barn. And that's where he basically gives the speech with Luca about, hey, I'm not dying for your moonshine. And the other thing too is that Luca goes and pulls a gun on him, and he fucking takes it, pistol whips the dude, and he gets out. And he's like, if you want to go and die, be my guest. And he's like, well, give me the gun. He's like, it's like, if I can't bribe them, I'm going to shoot them. And it goes as poorly as you think it's going to go.
Yeah. Spencer starts walking. Minutes later, he hears gunshots. Basically, the cops have just opened fire on Luca as Luca is trying to break through the
blockade.
It still makes no sense that they wouldn't just go off road and go around it, but whatever.
Yeah, that was the thing I thought was dumb too. Is like, why didn't he just stick to the,
I mean, you're not even on paved streets. You're basically on a dirt road
roads
out in the middle of the county, whatever. So whatever, you got to make the story happen, right? So yeah, that's basically where we leave Spencer. Is he watches Luca get shot. As for the rest of the Duttons, the end of the last episode was the wolf coming in at the end of the second episode. and attacking people. And Helen Mirren, it ends with her taking a shot and doesn't show whether she dies or not.
No, that was episode 2.
So for this episode, for their part of the story, it opens up. She did kill the wolf. She's not injured. It does prove that the wolf did have rabies.
Yes. So she does need to have the
she does have to have the rest of the shots.
How many is it? It's like 12?
12, I believe.
And I'm trying to remember, do they actually have to go and put it into, I know they inject it in the abdomen. Does it actually have to go into the stomach? Is that how that works?
That's just where they've done the shot every time.
Well, no, because I remember, I mean, even growing up and hearing about the whole thing with the rabies.
The rabies, yeah.
Yeah, the rabies vaccine, or not vaccine, whatever the fuck it is, to prevent you from getting rabies. I know it has to be done in the stomach for some reason, and I don't know why. Now, I was trying to remember, is it because of the fat in that area, or is it actually injecting it into your stomach?
Could be because it's so thick and you have to use such a thick needle to do it, because the needle that they're using in this, if that's realistic, that is a thick ass needle.
Yeah.
It's not like a little,
it's not like a tiny one.
Give yourself an insulin shot. I mean, the thing is in diameter and length, it is large.
It's fucking massive.
It was something to do with fat. It required a large amount of subcutaneous fat.
You think you'd just
diffuse properly,
inject it in the ass or something like that?
Yeah, now they don't have to do that. It doesn't happen.
Davina is saying the myth that rabies shots are given in the stomach is incorrect. Modern rabies treatments involve injections in the upper arm or thigh. So that may be modern, but that's, we're dealing with 100 years ago at this point.
Yeah.
Well, even in the 70s and 80s, that was something that,
And there was
like I said, I remember hearing that growing up.
Apparently, the volume of the vaccine is quite large, so it couldn't really go into your arm normally. It was a lot of liquid. So,
well, even now, if you get bit by a bat, like the rabies shots are still supposed to be excruciatingly painful.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's where Elizabeth is. She's still pissed off that she's having to have the shot. She's still saying that she's going to leave as soon as she's done with the shots at this point. She's basically saying there's 9 days till I leave. Trying to think of anything else that happened on
that's
that
really
episode. I think that's kind of the majority of that episode. It was not exactly a filler episode. It was a setup episode. The other thing that was happening at that time, they got the guy back that is his ranch hand.
Oh, yeah.
And we find out that the doctor needs to drill a hole in his head to relieve the pressure.
Right.
And that's where the episode ends is, they basically told him, we have no anesthesia and we're going to have to drill into your head, into your skull to relieve the pressure.
Basically, they're doing trepanning.
Yep.
And that's, so a little piece of anthropological information for you guys. They've done trepanning since the Stone Age. That's the thing that fucking blows my mind, because they've actually found skulls that have had holes where you can see where the bones have regrown. Sometimes all the way back, and sometimes there's still a little bit of a hole. But they were actually performing trepanning with stone tools, if you can fucking believe that. That is absolutely insane. Obviously, this is a little bit different. They have modern medicine, which course
is a hand cranked drill.
Yeah. Fucking awful. And they do a great job of fucking showing that. And by the way, they did trepanning with stone tools so precisely it didn't break the membrane. That's fucking crazy.
That is.
Anyway.
So episode 4,
which I honestly thought was a fantastic episode.
I thought really it wrapped up a lot of loose ends that they've kind of had going currently through the season, and they've said it. So they've basically gotten through the first half of the season and wrapped up most of what, getting everything wrapped up from the beginning of the first half. And now we're going to have a new storyline going for the second half of the season.
Right.
But let's see. I can't remember where it started.
Okay, it opens up at the train station, and was it Elizabeth? Is that her name?
She was
no,
Alex. Alex was getting followed into the bathroom.
Yeah, that was how the episode ended, is that she goes and buys the ticket, and she runs into a nice black guy that basically kind of explains some stuff to her. And he's like, if anyone's being nice to you, it's a con. He's like, what about you? He's like, I'm too old to be anything but nice. Which I thought was actually a pretty good line. So he
Told
basically
her to
took
hide her money in her sock.
In her shoe.
Yeah.
So when she goes and pays for her ticket, and she's like, basically the clerk is like, put it someplace else. Every pickpocket in the train station basically saw where you hid your money, and that's what it ends with. The guy basically, kind of like looking down, looks up, and goes and leaves. So you can tell that basically this guy is going to go and rob her, and that's exactly what happens when the show opens up. She gets robbed in the ladies' bathroom, and he beats the
living
shit
crap out of her. Yeah. Robs her, and then she almost misses the train.
Yeah.
Has to chase down the train and throw her stuff on, and then she gets on the train.
Well, she had two bags. She had the handbag and the suitcase, and it looks like she stuffed as much as she could in the handbag and left the suitcase behind.
Right. So basically, the guy took everything valuable that she had. So she's got a few, bracelet, some clothes, no money, no jewelry, nothing. But she gets on the train. So that's kind of where we leave Alex. I don't remember there being another scene with.
Well, she ends up, she gets the train
in the room with the lady and her kids.
Yeah, she goes to the sleeper car, and she's like, and she's Irish, and she's like, oh, I thought I had this by myself, and she says some comment. It was like, well, you got me now, or something, or it was some comment that she made. I don't remember what it was though.
It was innocuous. It was just basically like, well, I'm here now too, so you get the room with me. And the lady gets her kids off the bed, and she takes the top bunk, and the kids and the lady are in the train compartment with her. She asks her how she got the fat lip. She says that she got robbed, and she says, they took everything from me.
Yeah.
So that's kind of Alex out of the way for this episode. So she is now on the train to Billings. Right?
Which I believe
was there anything else?
Chicago first.
Yeah, it has like 3 or 4 stops.
In Billings, Montana? Billings?
Yeah, that's where she's heading. Right. Which is going to be a hell of a thing, considering she doesn't have any money to buy food. So
right, and I don't know if the tickets at that time would have. I mean, she did buy not the most upgraded ticket where you get a single room by yourself, sleeper, but she did buy a sleeper ticket. So I don't know if meals are included on the train or not. But I mean.
They are today, but I don't know back then.
Yeah, I would think it would be more like Harry Potter, where there's a trolley going up and down the aisles selling stuff.
Yeah, she probably yeah. I don't know.
She's gonna have to steal some food then.
That's probably what's going to happen. So I'm kind of curious to see what happens next with her in that regards. But this episode, I would have to say, is a pretty heavy Spencer episode, which I thought was good.
Yep. Spencer, who I think is by far the most interesting character on the show at this point. So he has the situation where he was just dealing with, Luca died. So he's now just walking up the road trying to get to the next train station.
Did we ever find out, did Luca live on the second floor? Did we ever find out?
Maybe.
So
I'm sorry, I couldn't resist it.
So it turns out the Fort Worth sheriff pulls him over. Well, doesn't pull him over. He's just walking. He pulls up alongside him. The sheriff knows that he was in the truck before Luca got to the checkpoint. So the sheriff basically has him put his stuff in the car, is going to give him a ride to the train station. This is what he's telling him before he finds out that he's the
he
sheriff.
tells him you can either go to the police station or the train station. You decide.
Right. But you're a vagrant, so you're not allowed to just be walking along the road. They ultimately blackmail him into delivering the alcohol that he was supposed to deliver in the beginning. But they have a cop in there with him, and then all the cops are following along.
Well, then there's also cops in the back of the
of the truck with the booze.
Yeah.
So they get to Fort Worth. He gets to the delivery site, and he pulls in. They make up, some little story on the fly about who the guy in the other seat is, and that cop ends up just
I'm trying to
opening
remember
fire.
what city he said. He's like, where'd they get you from? Oh, they picked me up in, I want to say Lubbock, but that's not right. Where I shot your cousin.
It was Waco.
Waco. Yeah, that's right. It's like, they,
which is only about a 30-minute drive currently, but probably closer to an hour and a half, 2 hours back at the time when you were only traveling, 15, 25
Waco?
miles an hour.
Waco's probably more like
from Fort Worth.
An hour.
Fort Worth. Well, it depends on what side of Fort Worth you're on, but
yeah,
I mean,
hour and a half,
Waco's maybe, yeah. So
maybe 2 hours. It depends.
I mean, Waxahachie was 35 minutes, and Waco is another 40 minutes from there. So yeah, hour 15, hour 30. But I mean, in a vehicle at that time, they're not going very fast, so it would have taken multiple hours away. But either way, so the cop opens fire. Everybody jumps out of the vehicle and starts shooting all of the moonshiners, and
he gets
the
cuffed to the
sheriff
steering wheel.
Cuffs him to the steering wheel and says, "Don't go anywhere." He still has a pistol somewhere, somehow.
It was in his
I guess
bag.
they never searched his body.
Well,
Was
no,
it in his bag?
they didn't search his. Yeah, remember, because he reached over and pulled his bag, and pulled it into the front seat, and he got the pistol out of the bag and basically shot the handcuff.
Shoots the handcuffs and gets free. He then goes and they've got a naked chick running around tarred and feathered because she's a prostitute. And he frees her and, runs over to the train yard, jumps on a train, boxcar, finds out that there's 3 other people in the boxcar. You want to take it from there for a minute?
No, Tom, we don't have a half hour of show left, dude. We're wrapping up really quick.
Damn, Tom, we waited on you an hour and a half.
Like,
to
legit,
get here to
we
talk
waited for you, dude.
1923.
Yeah, we're wrapping up like soon. We're not going much longer. So yeah, he hops onto the train car, finds out that there's like 3 hobos in there, and they start talking about how he has to pay the tax. And we all know this is not going to go end well.
So you've got 2 grown men and 1 little girl. And I mean, later the little girl reminds me very much of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, because she just gets like thrown across the room, like that scene in Once Upon a Time when they try to get the jump on Brad Pitt. You've seen the movie, right?
No, actually I haven't.
Really? Okay. Yeah. So it's about ultimately, at the end, it's the Manson family comes in and tries to, do some stuff with Brad Pitt because he did something earlier in the movie with him, and he's just tossing this, young girl across the room that is swiping knives at him and stuff. But so Spencer is trying to stay awake all night because the guy said basically there's no man can sit there on the rails and not get lulled to sleep.
Yeah.
So he's in a standoff with these people, trying to stay awake so that he doesn't get killed in the middle of the night. The head guy finally falls asleep, and so Spencer finally closes his eyes. The head guy obviously was faking it, opens his eyes immediately after Spencer falls asleep, gets everybody else. They try to kill him. Spencer fights his way out of it.
Well, I love it.
This is where it got kind of stupid because Spencer then jumps off the train.
Yeah.
And it's why didn't you do that all night?
Yeah, let's back up a bit. So what happens is the little girl pulls out a straight razor and puts it to his throat. And he's like, and that's when he's basically trying to take the gun out of his hand. And that's when he clinches it and turns it on the guy. And he's like, you're not fast enough for the razor. The cold steel. And he just fucking grabs the little girl's arm and shoots the head guy in the stomach. Right. And basically fucking throws her. And then the guy starts swinging the club at him, and then he just puts one in him. And then that's when he like tosses the little girl like she's a fucking rag doll. That scene I thought was fucking brilliant.
It was.
Sorry, I just couldn't drop out. Thanks, everybody. I've got something I got to go do.
All
Thanks,
right.
everybody. Have a great night.
70s.
See you all soon. Bye.
Layers, dude.
Cheers.
But then he gets off the train.
Yes.
And it's like, you could have done that at any point during the night and none of this would have been a problem.
Right.
Kind of dumb. But the train is also, as far as I could tell, going in the wrong direction because it's going to California from what I could discern from
They
the
were saying it was
dialogue.
going to the coast.
All the way to the coast. So from Texas.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
I would think it's going to California at that point.
Okay, that would make sense. I thought it was like heading to Galveston.
So it's traveling east to west, not north to south, which from Texas, you got to go north to get to Montana.
Right.
So it's going the wrong direction. So there's no point in him staying on it.
Mhm.
But there was never a point in him staying on it once he got clear of Fort Worth and the sheriff.
Right.
So I don't know. That whole scene didn't play out. It played out in a cool way, but it didn't make any sense to
I
me.
was thinking the same thing. Why didn't he just jump off once they cleared Fort Worth?
Yeah, wait a couple hours, jump off. I mean, the sheriff's not going to be there waiting for you.
Yeah.
Especially if you're traveling in the wrong direction you need to go. Because if you spent 12 hours the whole night traveling in the wrong direction, that's detrimental to your ultimate goal of trying to get up to Montana.
Well, I mean, heading west is kind of the right direction. It's just not north. Right. Because,
it's kind of, but I mean, you really got to be getting northward at some point.
Well, yeah, at some point you're going to have to.
12 hours west would not be good. 12 hours east would not be good to get anywhere near where you're trying to go. Right. So that's where we leave Spencer, I believe, is he's jumped off the train and is gonna, next steps to try to figure out how to get home.
And then we get the
back,
lovely trepanning scene.
Yes. Then we get back to the actual ranch, and we have the doctor performing surgery, which they do find some chloroform. So they put him out, but that doesn't last very long.
No,
they basically cut his skull open and start the drill, and the guy immediately wakes up and is freaking out.
No, he's like almost done with the drilling because they're having like this back and forth about the chloroform, asking he's like, do you think he's gonna wake up in the middle of it? And they're basically setting it up.
Right, but that's like 5 minutes of time. I mean, it didn't take them long to get to that point. I mean, it looked like
I know,
the drill,
but the
drill may have taken longer than they said,
right,
or than they showed.
Because at that point when he wakes up, he's pretty much almost done drilling through his skull. And then he begins the process of suctioning out the blood and pulls out a giant fucking blood clot.
Yeah. And then
it's pretty fucking graphic, by the way.
Yeah. Not quite as graphic as, say, Hannibal, where, Ray Liotta's brain is getting eaten in front of him.
That smells good.
Yeah. Semi-graphic. But yeah, I mean, he ultimately comes out of it, says that he's no longer got the pain in his head, feeling better.
Yeah.
And gets up, starts walking around, goes and talks with his wife.
Well, the one thing that I thought was interesting is that they basically leave a rubber tube in. So they wrap his head for drainage. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. They wrap his head in gauze with a tube. And usually if you've got an infection, like a deep infection, they will leave a tube for drainage. It's just kind of surprising to see him do it with his brain exposed. But yeah, so he's on his way to mending. He wants to get revenge. And then we have the last storyline, which is I can't ever remember her name. What is the girl's name?
Oh, the wife, the one that wants to leave.
Yeah,
I don't remember her name either.
Okay, so chick who's got rabies,
yeah,
that they're trying to keep from getting, full blown rabies. She's still dead set on leaving. Helen Mirren has talked to her a couple times, and she has a talk with Harrison Ford's character. Harrison Ford says, "I'd like to have a go at talking to her," because she's like not talking to her husband. She's not talking to Helen Mirren's character, and Harrison Ford decides he's gonna go give it one last shot.
Right. The scene's actually kind of funny.
His whatever voice he's doing in this, I haven't liked all that much.
Really?
I mean, it's Harrison Ford voice.
I think it's his best acting.
You think so?
I do. Compared to what we've seen in, not Winter Soldier. I'm sorry. Brave New World.
I mean, maybe you could do recently. I mean, The Fugitive. was great.
Talk about like recently,
yes. He actually seems to give a crap about this, where he has not given a crap about the Star Wars movies or Brave New World. But yeah. But whatever dialect he's trying to do just doesn't work for me. But I mean,
I think it's fine. I don't have a problem with
it. So he basically ends up talking her into staying. You want to go through that real
that's
quick?
part of it. So basically he, kind of like lays it out, understand the whole thing with the winners and say, hey, look, if you don't want to be here for winter, go back to Boston and come back. And so they kind of have a nice talk. And that's when Helen Mirren's character shows up with the next rabies injection. And she's like, I'm going to do it myself. And so she does it, which is pretty fucking brave of her, I have to say. I don't think I could do that myself. And then she has a really bad kind of like reaction to it. And it turns out she's pregnant. And that's part of the reason why it's worse. It is the fact that she is pregnant, and that's causing more complications with the injections.
It's causing worse cramps.
Right.
Is what they said, that in a pregnant woman, it's not going to affect the baby, but it could affect cramps and morning sickness to a much larger degree than it would with somebody who's obviously not pregnant.
Right.
So,
and what ends up happening is that she goes and leaves the house to go find her husband. And then, they kind of have like this joyous kind of like, rejoining of one another. Cause she tells him that she's pregnant, and he's like, and Jake, which is, Harrison Ford's character, is like, yeah, see, I did that. She's like, yeah, sure. Cause she does that. She's actually pregnant. She's like, I'll let you have that moment for a little bit before I ruin it, which I thought was pretty funny. And that's when
she told him,
up.
He said, see, I fixed a problem. No big deal. And she said, the only reason I'm still here after however many years it's been is because you have absolutely no understanding about women at all.
I think that's so funny.
And I understand that about you. Yeah. Helen Mirren has been fantastic in this.
Yeah. That was a great fucking line too. And that's when he screams out, she's having a baby, or she's pregnant. I don't remember what he said, but I thought that entire scene was fucking hilarious.
Yeah. And then Harrison
really
Ford's just like, great. Because I think this is the first grandbaby. So now you got to try to keep a baby surviving during a war with the Irishman and the Brit. Mm-hmm. There was the other. That's the only other character we haven't covered is Dalton's character, who is now trying to throw together an investment group to build the ski resort, and basically bringing resorts. And he's essentially talking about, okay, America has gotten to the point where there are luxuries. Mm-hmm. And so there is so much money in America that at this point, what will people do with the extra money that they're making? The rich people, the upper class people, it'll be to go do the opposite of what their life is. So they will go to Montana to go live in the wild during winter just to see what it's like, mm-hmm. but also do it in a way that they're spending money so they're not in any actual danger.
Right.
But basically, also they will ski.
Yeah. What he ultimately is proposing is a ski resort.
Yes. The first ski resort,
yes.
Which also happens to be directly in the middle of the Yellowstone Ranch.
Yeah.
So he tells the Irishman that he needs him to put together the team and take out the Duttons. And that's kind of where we leave that little side plot. But then we also have Timothy Dalton with his whores. Mm-hmm. And his one whore has decided to do choking play with his other whore and kills her.
And so he charges the Irishman to go dispose of the body, because what he wants them to do is basically kill the Duttons and bury them there. And bury them in this one area that's...
When your whore kills your other whore, it's always an issue.
Yeah, it's kind of a problem.
Just another night in Vegas.
Yep. So he's proposing that he goes and bury the bodies in this one unoccupied county where there's like no population, no law, so therefore no conviction.
And if this ends up being the same place that they dumped the bodies in Yellowstone, I'm going to be pissed. Because that is too much chaining together from 1920 to 2015 or 16, whenever the Yellowstone started.
Gotcha.
But I think that's what they're doing, because that's in Yellowstone. It was taking the person to the train station, and they would go dump them in that ravine. And I think they are absolutely trying to set it up as that's where they're dumping the bodies all the way back then in 1923.
Yep.
I don't like that take, but I think that's what they're doing.
All right. We'll get some super chats and we're out of here. So Nick the Greek says, for $4.99, the Ellis Island stuff was BS. My family went through Ellis Island and didn't speak English at all. Never had it like that. No, it could be the fact that you weren't Irish. I don't know.
And it depends on what year.
Yeah, that's also true. It depends on the year.
There was different experiences.
Major outbreaks are going to cause different handlings of people coming into the country.
Right. Retromeister for $5. I believe Ubisoft is slowly but surely erasing Tom Clancy's name and legacy from the company due to conspiracy theories surrounding Clancy's death. I did not know about that.
I didn't know there was conspiracy theories surrounding his death.
I didn't even realize he was dead.
Neither did I. Oh, he's been dead a long time. Probably 15 years minimum.
Wow.
Yeah, that was 2008, 2009?
No, I guess so. Retromeister for another $5. That Snow Weird premiere had less paid child actors than Sandy Hook. Oh, LOL. Also, Lilo and Stitch live action will be Disney's saving grace from Zegler. Yeah. I think
it's going to be like Deadpool and Wolverine. It'll be a last gasp type of thing where it does very well, but they're not on the right course. So it really won't matter. They'll make some money off of that movie, but they'll lose so much from what they've already got going this year.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You can't have 10 flops and one hit. You can't.
Especially when your flops are $340 million budgets.
Right.
Yeah. They're big budget. Yeah.
You need to dial it back a bit, just like the gaming industry. All right. You're the only guest left.
All right.
Our panelists left.
What is it Monday?
It's Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just Monday. Tomorrow I'll be on Mad's new channel. Wednesday we've got
Mad's
the Christian panel. Yeah, Mad's new channel called Mad's new channel. Go sub. He's only got like 36. Doing a lot of the same stuff he did before, but we're having fun with it. Wednesday Christian panel, then the midweek hump with Shags or on Shags channel. Thursday back here. Friday is Sen and Art. Saturday me and Brian, that 70s rock fan, do Bourbon and Boarding, and then Sunday I do the political show with the Bullpen, where numbers are doing good. We're having fun on that one.
That's good.
We actually were way out ahead of the auto pin stuff by a day since everybody started talking about it today, but we were talking about it yesterday, so go check it out.
I need to catch that.
Cheers,
episode.
everybody. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Happy St. Patty's Day. Toxic Man Flu.
I don't know. So we bought some merch that we'll have out there in
Vegas.
Meetup in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
We're getting to go have some hats out there and some other stuff there. So meet everybody up.
1 month from
Comics,
today.
1 month from today.
Wow.
Should be a good time. And comics, hopefully we'll do a video between now and then at some point.
Working on it. Also working on the credits, Joe. Going to have those updated for Thursday.
Yeah. I told Joe I'm going to write a song for Joe.
Okay.
Not being in the credits and all that stuff. I think what I'm going to do is in the middle of the credits, I have like something that'll just come off and it'll be like sirens and all kinds of stuff. Joe's, go to Joe's, eat at Joe's.
Eat at
Stuff
Joe's.
Like that's right. And Thursday we'll be back doing all this stuff, and we're working on new specials and things and stuff like that. So lots going on. We'll get to it eventually. Yeah, that's super exciting. Going to bring everybody back. Everything I just said. Woohoo!
Well, also we're going to try to throw together a Twitter group for members or people from your channel for the Vegas meetup, right? Something to where if we do something, we can let everybody know.
Right.
I won't do that, but you guys can.
Okay, fair enough.
We'll
all
get
right.
it done.
It'll
All
be
right,
done,
folks.
damn it.
Thank you so much for hanging out this night. Thank you to all those who do know. God damn, I am fucking dead. I am dead damaged. I am really tired.
Yeah, so
Anyway.
you were playing the actor that really got his hair drilled into? Was that you?
No.
Okay.
I'm just
No,
tired.
that guy was in much less pain.
Yeah.
That was good.
Much like the audience.
That's
Thank you
right.
those who donated
yes, listening
on
to me
Rumble
drone
and
on
YouTube.
those episodes could not have been fun.
Yeah. I appreciate everyone. Here's some credits. We'll catch you next time. Good night, everyone.
Bye-bye. Joe's Atmosphere is a Take My Money Damn It member on the website. Thank you, Joe, for everything you do for us. Subs to Joe's channel. He does good stuff. He's a great artist.
Yeah, he's a very good artist.
Comics owes him cupped balls.
That's why I have you, Toxman Flu. You're the ball cupper. Professional
ball
ball
cupper.
cupper.
I'm the Queen's ball cupper. I don't work for the Obamas.
No, you work for comics, the Queen Bee.
Queen Bee. Queen Bee
I believe
Tifa.
is what you did.
Yep.
Yep,
have
that
the-
one's at least 2.5 years old.
Yeah, and no longer relevant considering I don't have any bees anymore.
Well, you can still be the queen and not have any hive.
That's true.
That doesn't make any sense.
So Alex Stein set up a meetup in Vegas a week after we're there. He's doing a show out there.
Oh, okay.
How's
wonder
his
if he-
followers and stuff doing? I haven't been paying attention to him.
Alex? Oh, he's
Yeah.
doing pretty good. He hasn't stepped in it like many other
The shock
influencers.
jocks. Yeah. He's a shock jock. He's a modern day shock jock.
Oh, yeah.
I know
Alex?
this is not going to work because, Alexa, order more tampons for Tox.
God.
I don't have an Alexa in my office.
We
shit.
forgot the...
Dude,
fix.
I'm gonna have to get them next time, man. We'll do it at the beginning of the show. I'm so sorry. I'm literally getting ready to drop dead.
There was
I've
somebody
got
else who
memes
had
too.
sent something in the memes, that had
Yeah.
sent a super chat.
We'll catch that shit
Thursday.
up on
We'll do it.
Thursday.
I have them.
Since Tox is a horrible producer, I will remind them on Thursday. You have my word, Chad.
I showed some of them. Cookie Monster's cousin Coffee Monster was pretty good. And I'm
Coffee
not
Monster.
showing Parrot Head's meme with the penis-shaped door handle.
Those are always dangerous.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. All right, folks. Good night. We will catch you next time.
Night, everybody.